gonna toe the line. Oh, living on the edge. Yeah, I make these dark skies blue. I make these mountains move. Let the rain come down and I'm pushing through. Yeah, 'cause I'm a weatherman. Oh, my thunder strike. Right out the storm, I'm the weatherman. Oh, my breaking light. Shake up the world, I'm the weatherman. Oh, yeah. I'm a weatherman. I'm a weatherman. Sting of the arrow from Babylon. The weight of the world, but I carried on. Oh, I'm living on the edge. Ha! There ain't no stone gonna pull me down to the bottom of the ocean and break the ground. Oh, still I'm on the edge. Oh, I make these dark skies blue. I make these mountains move. Let the rain come down and I'm pushing through. Hey, ha! 'Cause I'm the weatherman. My thunder strike. Right out the storm, I'm the weatherman. Oh, my breaking light. Shake up the world, I'm the weatherman. Oh, yeah. I'm a weatherman. Oh, I'm a weatherman. I'm a weatherman. Oh, cause I'm a weatherman. My thunder strike. Right out the storm, I'm right out the storm. Oh, my breaking light. Shake up the world, I'm the weatherman. Shake up the world. I'm a weatherman. Hey, yeah, I'm a weatherman. 'Cause I'm a weatherman. I'm a weatherman.
Without further interruption, let's celebrate and suck some dick.
Well, good evening, chat. It's another little secret weather stream. Oh boy, everybody loves those. Who doesn't like a bit of forecast to tell you what's waiting out there on the roads? Which I'm sure is going to be pure misery, as it is always during this time of season, but what can you do? Aside from pray to God that a meteor hits us and thaws out all the shitty weather that's making people drive like fucking morons on the road. I might be hoping for too much. What are you going to do? You like the little collage in the background? It's a bit of a motif going on. I was thinking about this today. I put a new video up on BitChute talking about Virginia and the gun grabbing. If you're interested, you can go check it out. But made little Jimmy a little depressed. Got me a little black-pilled. As I started thinking about all the things that are just out there making shit miserable. From forcing people to work in cages at Amazon. The fact that somebody could actually make this diagram. That you would have a human soul inhabiting your body and you would draw this diagram to put some menial laborer in who's just trying to make $8 an hour so he can feed himself and live in a box under an underpass. And you hate him so much, you want to put him into a fucking metal crate. Do you have to hit a little button to take a pee? You need to get permission? Is that what the little door at the very top is? Like you have to ask your boss to hand you the key through the little portcullis there so you can unlock the fucking wagey cagey to go take a tinkle? That's what's waiting for us in the future. Either to be replaced by automation and robotics, or to be some kind of fucking cyborg box boy inside a wagey cagey working in an Amazon warehouse because it'll be the only company left. I think, what, is Bezos worth $30 kajillion at this point? If Bezos and Bill Gates were to get into a money fight, Bezos would win merely because he would drown Bill in the amount of money he has. He would deprive him of oxygen. There would be no way to survive. Of course, once you finish up your hard day of wagey cagey work at the Amazon warehouse. You get to go to your fucking concrete pod. I like that sales pitch. I like how they tried to very subtly bring people around to it. It started with that Little House shit. You remember Little Houses? Oh my god, bro. Little houses are like the future, man. Like, fuck the government, we're gonna be off the grid. It's a little house, dude. It doesn't cost any money at all. Except now little houses cost like $100,000. Their little houses cost what real houses cost. But they wanted to get you used to the idea of being in a confined space and thinking that was great. So what's the next step? A fucking concrete tube. Get in your fucking pod. Can you see the picture? Dead center on the top? That little itty bitty pod with the one light? That's the only light you get. And that's just so you can illuminate the tears streaming down your face as the realization that this is your future. Hits you each and every night as you get those 3 hours of sleep before you have to go back to Amazon and sit in the fucking cage. But don't worry, you'll be well fed in our brilliant, beautiful, utopic future. Because you're going to eat cockroaches and crickets and mealworms and tarantulas. Meat and chicken, pork, all of it. Poultry, that's reserved for the good people. Only the Gretas of the world can eat that. You get to eat bugs. Now, it's kind of a terrifying thought if you think about it. Confined in your fucking concrete sarcophagus, because that's what it is, with only one single light and millions of cockroaches, which are technically your lunch, skittering about in the darkness. Just imagine that. Imagine going to sleep, knowing you have to go work in a cage the next day, with barely any light in the concrete tube you inhabit, and you hear the skittering sounds, the itty-bitty skittering sounds of your lunch crawling all over you. And you want to scream, but nobody can hear it because that concrete is fucking thick, and they don't want to scare the other wagies that are all sleeping around you. But fear not, intrepid explorer of our future, because new advances in technology have made sure that you won't go mute screaming yourself senseless. We now have robotic medication. Oh, the sales pitch on this is brilliant. It's actually a very good idea, really. It's a robotic pill that reacts to insulin levels. That's how it's originally pitched. So, you need it at a certain time of day, boom, releases what you need. Sounds great, doesn't it? Until the pharmaceutical company decides, hey, wait a minute. If we could put a bunch of little robotic pills in people's stomachs, then we could put any kind of chemical we want into them. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety, get uppity at work, get uppity in the streets. Little robot goes poop, and now all of a sudden you've just been dosed with Thorazine. And everything's A-okay. That's what your breakfast is going to consist of. Cockroaches, mealworms, and Thorazine robot pills. You're not going to have the will to fight back. In fact, if you try to make yourself vomit, they won't come up. They're going to anchor themselves in your intestine. And if you try to poop them out, maybe you go get 80 fucking cases of vanilla extract trying to give yourself diarrhea. Well, bad news for you. According to the BBC, people that work for the devil, I don't know what company comes up with these formulas, but they must work for Satan. They've developed a new toilet seat, a sloping seat to reduce time on the toilet. What do you know, a 13-degree angle makes it much more uncomfortable, leading to the inability to sit on the toilet for more than 5 or 6 minutes. So the one respite you have during the day of working in your fucking cage at Amazon, of hating everything about life around you, that one momentary break where you can just sit on a toilet and shit in peace, and maybe browse your phone and look at anime and imagine that maybe Truck-kun will bless you by bringing you to another world with an accident? That's limited to 5 minutes now. They've literally found a way to make you ass hurt. It's a new corporate policy. How can we make our employees butt hurt? I know. Stick them full of robotic Thorazine pills and slope their toilets so they scream. What nightmare is this? If I traveled back in time, just even 20 years, and I went into a Hollywood studio and said, I have a fucking perfect pitch for a dystopian sci-fi future where people work in cages, live in concrete pods, have robotic Thorazine pills, slope toilets, and they eat bugs. They'd have thrown me out of the fucking office because they would have said, hey, even though this is sci-fi, this is far too unrealistic for us to accept. But that's where we are right now. It just adds on top of each other. It's like a layered cake of shit at the world's worst birthday party. Nobody wants to blow out the candles because it smells like poop. But they just keep layering it on top, one after the other. How can we make it worse? What can we make you do to hate your fucking life? Oh, do you want to invest in cryptocurrency? Do you think you have the outside chance of beating the fiat currency system? The big goddamn banks and the big goddamn corporations, the Soroses and the governments like China, you think you have a chance of beating them? They're going to fuck you into the dirt. Because every time you think your cryptocurrency is going to have a chance, here comes the government to shit down your throat. Oh, were you enjoying moving money around from one wallet to the next, doing trades, buying and selling? We're going to tax all of it. Fuck you. Oh, was cryptocurrency doing well? Here comes China to say don't invest in it. Oh, was cryptocurrency doing well? My name is Mark Zuckerberg, and I am the fucking Antichrist. Come to kill your dream. Here's Libra, and we're going to make it, we're going to corporatize it. And all the dumb fucks that don't understand how cryptocurrency works, they're going to think this is what it should be. They're going to stick to it, and we're just going to fucking throw you out of the market. Can we get a break? Is there a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel? Is there a little bit of hope out there? Can God just swirl his fingertips and part the clouds and give us a sign that it won't be the darkest days of humanity that we're walking into, because it sure feels like it. It feels like we've been set up. We've been bamboozled. Everything's gone insane. Reports coming out that plastic bottles and plastic products contain 44 times the level that was deemed safe by the FDA of gender-bending fucking chemicals and cancer-causing agents. Meaning that if you've been drinking Coke or Pepsi or Sprite or whatever the fuck from a plastic bottle, bottled water even, there's a chance you're going to be wearing a dress in 10 years. Or you're going to go batshit insane. Oh, and don't think the ladies are safe either. While all the boys are being made into girls, the ladies in their birth control is going to shrink their fucking, what was it, the hypothalamus by 6%? Parts of the brain that really are dedicated to pair bonding and family building and the sense of love and commitment. They're fucking cooking our brains and breaking our wills, sending us into this nightmare hellscape, and I don't know why. I'm not sure what the end game is here. Maybe George Soros or somebody like him is really just a misanthrope. Maybe it's not that they want to take the world over. Maybe they just fucking hate people. Maybe they're the edgiest emo fucker that ever existed and we just never realized it. And their whole goal, their joke, their troll is to drive the world into a collective suicide. Because it feels like that's what's being set up at the moment. Everybody's become a lunatic. I mean, it's brilliant, really, when you pick it apart, when you look at the detail and the effort that's gone into it. Introducing chemicals that fuck with people's heads, but not telling them how it fucks with them until it's far too late. Raising generations on the idea that they should be egocentric and narcissistic, creating technologies to feed into that. Giving them social media and making them addicted to it. Taking away their ability to find prosperity through work, to afford a house, to make it in the world. Telling them ridiculous shit like they need to eat bugs and take their pills and live in their pods and sit on a potty that makes them slide off like it's a fucking a water slide, like they've gone to Wet and Wild World. Just all layered on top of each other. All waiting to drive you mentally crazy. How's that for a black pill? How do you like that? How do you escape from that? I'm not even so much mad that it's happening. I just want to know who. I know everybody's got their pet conspiracy theory about who would be behind something like this, and I'm sure I can see in chat already there are a bunch of J's being typed right now as they're finishing out the rest. But I just want to meet the man. The singular entity out there. The shot caller. The big guy. I want to meet him and just know why. I won't even stop you. I couldn't if I wanted to. But could you just tell me why? What is your grand Machiavellian plan? You're driving the world literally insane. And there has to be a purpose behind it. There must be a master stroke of genius behind it. This is like the Watchmen. What is that guy's name? Osmodeus? Right? What's your fucking plan, buddy? It's already executed, so you can tell us now the giant telepathic alien squid has already wiped out New York. Alright, that's the point we're at. So you might as well just be like, fuck it. YOLO, here's why I did it. And none of you can stop it. Just a little clarification. Just a little clarification as I sit here looking deeply into the vortex that is my future. Our collective futures. I don't know where things are going, but it's a dark fucking abyss. It's in a dark, dark abyss. Maybe one day aliens will land on Earth, and they'll excavate all our bullshit. And even they'll be puzzled by what the fuck happened. Maybe Zorkbork from planet Bjarg is going to wonder why they made people work in cages. Maybe they're going to puzzle over the fact that with so many abundant natural resources, people lived in concrete tubes. Why would these humans? Why would they eat bugs? What would compel them to eat bugs? Quick, get Commander Quark over here. You've got to see this. They've been drinking out of plastic bottles that make them gay. Why would they do that? We can see from the historical archives that they were talking about worries about the birth replacement rate. So what on earth would compel them to turn themselves into trannies and become gay? But they're all drinking from these bottles. It doesn't make any sense. It'll be a Blue's Clues mystery for our alien brothers, as we're all fucking corpses laying around. Obese corpses, probably tipped out of our rascal scooters. The last, I would say the last stand, but it's really the last sit of the Shart in the Marts. All our batteries died out, and we couldn't use our little grabber arms to reach towards the future, and we all just withered away. It took a while. 500 pounds is a long time. To starve to death, it took a while, but we got there. After a century or two, we just didn't have the will to go on. But maybe those aliens, those hyper-intelligent beings out there in the ether, can figure out what in the fuck happened on planet Earth. Maybe it'll be a comedy. Maybe they have a sense of humor in an entertainment industry we're unaware of. And this is going to be like the top of the... it's going to be the Dude, Where's My Car of the galactic arm. Introducing the story of humans. A quirky little species that self-destructed, and we don't know why. Ah, that's cathartic. Get that out every once in a while. Got to look on the bright side of things. I mean, they're out there. The bright side is out there. But that tumbling abyss that I'm looking at right now, whew, it's a lot to take in. Hopefully I haven't depressed you too much, chat. Oh, what are we going to do? I don't want to eat the bugs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can deal with a lot of things, but I really don't want to eat bugs. Now, maybe I'll go for that Japanese toilet meat that some fucking crazy Japanese dude is coming up with. I mean, it's a shit burger, but at least it's not a beetle. Or maybe that vat-grown meat's going to become a reality and I can eat that instead. Who knows? All that genetic shit, all that genetic tinkering. Who knows what kind of meat products are going to wait for us in the future? Combined a ribeye with a pork cut and some lamb and chicken. Make something that just tastes fucking ridiculous. And then overcharge us for it. Because we can't afford it. We work in cages and live in pods. Wouldn't that be a bitch? Come out with a vat-grown meat that tastes delicious, but you can't afford it. Because your $2 an hour fucking wagey-cagey job at Amazon won't let you afford it. You know when the shit's really going to hit the fan? Well, not hit the fan, but when you're really going to know it's bad is when you go buy a vending machine and instead of seeing, I don't know, potato chips and cookies or even apples and juice, it's full of cockroaches and mealworms and centipedes and other various insects. Could you imagine that potentially someday, 30 years from now, you could walk by a vending machine and it'll say insert $2 to get a cockroach to eat? I bet they're going to do it. In fact, that's a business opportunity. I mean, this is chock full of despair, but let's be realist about this. Let's make some money off these idiots. I mean, they're going to burn the world anyway. So if they're so interested in eating bugs, let's make bug vending machines for these dumb fucks and install it at every lib shit university around the country. Oh my God, I have the perfect sales pitch for this. Oh, don't eat meat. That's terrible. Don't eat plants. Oh, if being a vegan's not good enough, we need to save Mother Earth. The Earth is on fire. The Earth is on fire. You need to eat crickets. So use my cricket vending machine that I've conveniently installed at 800 locations around Berkeley University. I bet I could get these liberal idiots to eat bugs. I bet they would thank me for it and pay me for it. That's it. I've got to just that's a silver lining. That's what I'm forgetting. You give into the black pill, the darkness too long, you forget. You got to give these people what they want. You got to cram it down their fucking throat, and you got to make a nickel doing it. I'm going to create bug vending machines, and I'm going to sell it to dumb fucking libshits. And I'm going to make them literally put their money where their mouth is. Or in this case, a moth where their mouth is. Now, what name should I come up with for my bug vending machine that I'm going to be installing at all these liberal universities? It needs something catchy. It needs some pep in its step. I'm not sure exactly what I'll call it. Chat, do you have any suggestions for our bug vending machines? I'll wait for you to catch up. I know there's a bit of a delay. We need a good branding here. We need something that's really going to zazz them. Oh my God, I'm going to call it Greta Grub. Done. The name of the company is Greta Grub Insect Vending Machines. It's perfect. It's perfect. In fact, here's how it's going to work. My Greta Grub Jimco insect vending machines will be installed at Berkeley University and every libshit university around the country. I'm going to charge $2 to $5 for cockroaches. And if you walk by the vending machine and you don't buy something, the vending machine is going to say, "How dare you?" I'm going to take the voice clip. I'm going to buy the voice rights to "How dare you," that clip from Greta, and the machine will chastise you for not eating bugs. I'm going to be a billionaire by the end of the year. They're totally going to go for it. Greta Grubs. Come on down to the Jimco vending machine. We got crickets. We got mealworms. We got anything that can fill your fancy. Freshly grown produce from Mother Earth. Don't let the earth be on fire. Come on down to Greta Grub and grab yourself a tarantula. It's brilliant. Gold, that's right, chat. It's gold. How dare you? It's going to scream, "How dare you," if you get within a 10-foot radius and do not purchase an insect from the Greta Grub machine. How dare you? All joking aside, this would probably work. This would most definitely probably work, and they would probably buy it thinking it's a great thing to do. Or they would get really mad. So maybe in every Greta Grub insect vending machine, we need to put a camera so we could just film the reaction. So either we make a lot of money doing it, or they get really fucking angry and it's funny videos for Twitter and YouTube. I mean, it's a win-win either way. It's really just a vending machine with a bunch of bugs shoved in it. I can't imagine the cost would be too high. Just take a fucking shovel in your backyard and you've got half a fucking menu all ready to serve. Got to find a way to make that profit. Got to make that money. Got to do what's got to be done. with the infamous Greta Grubb. A few super chats here. I'll read some to get caught up, and then we'll move along. Try to keep it going. Try to keep a flow going here. 1 second, chat. From Veggie Bad, if Trump becomes acquitted for impeachment via the Senate, will the liberals in the mainstream media lose their iPods and become anti-heroes? Well, probably. Listen, there's a lot of smug fuckery on Twitter. One, because people are idiots. So if you saw the impeachment hashtags after the House voted on their 2 amendments, their little resolutions to send the impeachment over to the Senate, people, because they're stupid, thought that meant it was over, that was done. That because the House had finished their portion, that meant he was impeached and he was gone. They were literally celebrating Donald Trump being out of office. They were like, oh my God, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and Donald Trump isn't president. They don't understand there's a trial portion of this. There's a lot of smug fuckery. My suggestion is to screen cap all of it. Because when he doesn't get voted guilty in the Senate, they are going to have a meltdown. A massive fucking meltdown. And it's going to be great bringing up those old tweets because they're going to get so fucking angry about it. I'm actually looking forward to it. Might take a while, but at least I'll get a good laugh or 2 out of it. Also, was it Tulsi Gabbard who refused to vote either way and just voted present? They were mad as fuck at her. They were saying she was a Nazi. Which is weird. I thought she was an agent of Vladimir Putin. They kept calling her a Russian ass and a fucking commie. But now she's a Nazi. Amazing. She's a communist Nazi. From Camille Taggart. Look at that. We made a forecast together. Don't worry, Jim. We both held accountable for our prediction. You should read No Longer Human. I'll take a look. From Stenzitsk. I don't know how to pronounce that. Again, I'm just a dumb fucking American. You can't blame me. All right, have you seen our educational system? Have you seen the math we do now? It's a wonder that I can count to 10 anymore, based on Common Core. I am Mr. Metokur, and Judeo-Christians rule. Goy goy Shabbos goy, dreidel is my toy. Scrub Jane's back with menorah rack, wearing yarmulke. I'm a merchant motherfucker. 6 million to truth. Death to the alt-right Hitler youth. Apparently he's not very big fan of the alt-right Hitler youth. A very prominent group roaming around the countryside. From Michael Judge, the new Xbox console design looks like garbage. Ken, and the name is fucking stupid. It makes Xbox One look good in comparison. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me show you something. I saw the Xbox design for the Sexbox. Series X, let's be honest, they wanted it to be called the Sexbox because they didn't like X-Bone. Or maybe they're going with some kind of double entendre theme as they continue forward with their consoles. But I want to show you what their console reminds me of. It took me a while to find it because it's a bit outdated. It's not really a newer model you'll find out there. But Xbox stole the design for their new console, or their prototype of their new console, from Hitron. It literally looks like a modem router from a company that used to produce this about 4 years ago. Here's the product. Tell me if this does not look like the Sexbox to you. Let me just move this around a little bit. It's got plastic wrapping because somebody's trying to sell it on fucking eBay. There you go. That's the new Xbox. It's exactly the same. The only thing missing is the disc slot. They stole the whole design for the thing from a modem router from 5 to 6 years ago by some off-brand company called Hitron. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. How far is the delay on this? Let me see. Okay, you can all see it. Brilliant. There we go. That is exactly what it reminds me of. But I knew somebody would eventually bring it up, so I wanted to have that ready to go. From King Kobo 13, long-time lurker, first-time donor. Keep doing what you're doing, Jim. Thank you. Fatty Catty, you piece of human trash trying to ruin my sleep schedule. Take my money. Gladly. From Hans Handsome, Mr. Metokur, groom me, Mr. Weatherman. Consider the grooming in process. From Loric Project, the Weatherman is an inevitability. X-Epic X-Yoshi X. It's like you don't care Ross is getting help. I probably don't give a shit about Ross. That would be the correct assumption. From Isaac Zamani, Jim, Christian predicted the dimensional merge and it will save us. Trust the plan. Well, I'll wait to follow that white rabbit down the hole soon enough. Hyperion 9997, here's 250 because Susan will take half. Well, she'll probably take all of it. Wine boxes are expensive. From Joseph Kerr, SPCC is back. He did a stream last night on his YouTube channel. Oh, fantastic. From iPig, Jim, I bought a hat, but it caught fire filling my room with smoke, killing my hamster. I demand a full refund. Well, I have the Bernie Sanders policy in place, no refunds. And that fire catching ability, that's a feature. All right, Todd taught me well. That's how we roll with it. From Victor Phantasm, boss, I think you're probably the second highest paid weatherman to Al Roker. It's a potential. Read a few more here. Draconian Bar, Daddy, I sent you an emote as promised. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need to, for the membership thing, because that's working for some reason now, I have to implement emotes, but I need to find a way to do it, and I'm shitty with it. I just want my dancing pudding, to be honest with you. Read two more here. The hotness, Jim, what are your thoughts about Trump's impeachment? I think it's a farce, to be honest with you. I tried watching the first few days of it, and I got bored. I watched the professor's speech on it, and I got bored. Is it just me, or does Nancy Pelosi seem like she's always drunk? Nancy Pelosi, when she gets up on stage, is like, she's your wine aunt. She doesn't seem sober or coherent to me. Now, I really don't have a place to talk. I say hyperbole rather than hyperbole. But that lady stumbles all over the place. I'm wondering how many white Zinfandels she had before she came up with the brilliant idea of impeaching Trump. I don't know. And finally, from Lurik L., wouldn't YouTube's harassment policy that includes public figures also include making fun of Trump? Someone should warn Colbert. Don't count on it. Not going to happen. I have a feeling Colbert is going to be just fine because YouTube does not give a shit about Orange Man being bad. He's a bad, bad, bad man. You know, I saw in the chat earlier, somebody had brought up a Polak making a video game. I believe they were referring to Epstein's Island. Fantastic game, by the way. Put a lot of work into it. It was actually really well done. I liked it. Did you know that at one time Jimmy was going to make a game? I'd like to show you this brilliant concept art called Finders Keepers. Finders Keepers Satanic Panic Dungeon Crawler. Now hear me out. I have a brilliant plan on how this is going to work. You're an intrepid detective who finds an underground passageway located beneath a preschool where all the children have disappeared. Around every dark corridor, there's a glowing light. Does that light take you into a new safe area? Or are agents out there waiting to ambush you? You never know. I even had ideas for sub-bosses, like Styx Hexenhammer, who when you encounter him in the Satanic Panic dungeons that are underneath the preschool would keep yelling at you, this isn't real Satanism. This isn't real Satanism. This isn't Satanism. This isn't what paganism is. This is not true. There's nothing happening here. There aren't any tunnels. This isn't Satanism. And the only way to defeat him is to clog your ears so you can run past him. Very interesting boss mechanic. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Never really went anywhere with it. However, our friend with Epstein's Island, he did. Completed his game and had it come out, and it was nice. It was good. That's right. Yeah, if you don't run away from Styx fast enough, all you hear are spoon clanks. And they get louder and louder as he catches up to you, yelling out from behind you, this isn't real Satanism, this isn't real Satanism. You gotta duck and dive and choose the path you're gonna go to unlock the mystery of where those missing children are. In the labyrinthian underground complex below that preschool. If I could make games, I really would make something like that. I'll be honest with you. I think it would be fun. Now, you know, I've been thinking about, because these aren't real streams. I mean, they're not pre-planned like the other streams I usually do, where I've got like a topic and a shit ton of clips and articles and things to bring up. It's more just shooting the shit. I'm energized. Like I said in the last few streams, it's like the opposite of sad. I've put up 2 videos, done a couple of streams already. Got plans on 2 more videos. One I'll talk about today on stream. I'd like to get some feedback. I think it would be good to get your input, chat, on what you think. Maybe help me define some parameters. And I've come to the conclusion that because the YouTube channel, I can't put up anything risky on it. That's just the reality of it. YouTube is a different place at this point. We can do streams and have fun, but if you want to put a video up, it's a gamble that your channel's just going to get immediately shut down. There's no point. So I'll use BitChute to put up the edgier stuff, the funnier stuff, like Transtastic Tales and the furry stuff and the one-offs talking about Virginia and that sort of thing. But for YouTube, my plan going forward is I'm going to weeb the fuck out. Oh, Jimmy's going to become Mr. Manga. That's right. I'm rededicating myself to weeb life, yo. All right, that's thug living up in here. Now, a lot of people on the last stream kept asking me, what have you read? What have you watched? What's your opinion on this? And I mean, that's so much shit to go through. I have no answers. So I went to some little website where I think you have to prove you're a virgin to be able to sign up. Somehow I snuck in my anime list, and I made my little profile. I'm going to show you some of my little profile. We're going to talk a little bit about manga. I'm going to tell you what my plan for the channel is, and then I'm going to go over the actual video that I wanted your help with. I know I can already see 8,000 fucking people saying Berserk. I can already see it. Chat, you're not fooling anybody. Hey, let me point this out. I'm going to spoil it. I don't give a fuck. Everybody's saying read Berserk. How am I supposed to read it and take it seriously after, what was it, The Heart of Evil, The Concept of Evil? Oh, let's put out a manga chapter that basically explains the whole fucking story. And then because we realize we fucked up, take it away and pretend it never happened. I can't go back to that. It ruined it for me. It's just, imagine if you watched, let's put this in anime context. Imagine if you watched Dragon Ball Z. And you're a couple arcs into it, and Vegeta and Goku they're out there doing what Vegeta and Goku do. And then for one episode, Vegeta and Goku have a hot, gay, passionate love affair. I mean, we're talking thank stock levels of butt fuckings going on. They're going Super Saiyan, monkey parts are getting used, tails are being used in heathenistic ways. Really raunchy shit. And then next week, a new episode comes out, and they never acknowledge it. Nobody ever talks about Goku and Vegeta fucking each other silly. It's like that episode never happened, it's never re-aired, it's never put in DVD collections or Blu-ray collections. It's just not talked about. Could you look at DBZ the same after that? That's the situation I have with Berserk. Okay. I'm sorry, getting a little ahead of myself here. We're getting a little far off. So I'll let you see what shit taste I have, since I'm sure you're all going to rail on me for having the wrong opinions about manga and video games. But at least it'll give you some idea. I've got a lot more to add to this shit, but we'll go through the list. Here it is, my anime list. Look at that beautiful thing. You can see the introduction, I think, is a fairly accurate and fair introduction. When I realized sex was overrated, I dedicated my life to anime and manga. I think I've made the right choice. Can a female compare to the beauty of Beyblade? Can her touch elicit the deep emotions of a card battle from Yu-Gi-Oh? I think the answer is obvious. So you tell me, chat, what are we going for first here? Do you want to see my shit taste in anime, or do you want to see my shit taste in manga? Which would you prefer to see first? From one weeaboo fuck to another, what would you prefer to see first? Oh, I'll tell you about the Evangeline rating and why that is what it is. But I know we've got to wait a few minutes to get shit going here. Okay, now I'm seeing shit coming up from chat. Oh, it's we'll do anime. Anime's easier. We'll start with anime. And you know what? I'll do it by rating. All right, here we go. Hopefully this shows up properly. Let me double check. Okay, it should be good. And I still have to go through a ton. There are 8,000 fucking Gundam series out there, and I've got to rate all of those. But let's begin. top of my list, Cowboy Bebop. I love that fucking show. How could you not like Cowboy Bebop? Followed closely by Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Now there's Illusions of Grimgar. They've got the one thing I don't like about my anime list shit is they don't just put the English titles up, so half of it's pronouncing bizarre shit. But there we go. Dragon Ball Z, it's got a high rating. Log Horizon, liked very much. JoJo, Overlord, first season of One Punch Man. Dororo, I thought was very good. Demon Slayer, also very good. Original Dragon Ball, very good. Yu Yu Hakusho, good stuff. Here you go. Fuck everyone in chat. Orin High School Host Club, great anime. I make no apologies for that. I don't care if that makes me the gayest man on earth. Maybe I need to send Brian some outlines. This is a good anime. Magi, Labyrinth of Magic, first season on that one that I liked. More JoJo, of course. I liked Gate. I know. The Japanese propaganda anime. And I liked it. I believe this is Classroom of the Elite. If you haven't watched that, it's a story about a sociopath, a literal psychopathic motherfucker who manipulates everybody in school. And he's like evil incarnate. And you only know he's evil incarnate because of his internal monologue. He doesn't really outwardly show it. And I like that idea. I like the idea of a psychopath doing horrible shit, and nobody knows it's them. And everybody thinks he's such a great guy, but he's the world's biggest cunt. And that's pretty good. Goblin Slayer, obviously got to have that up here. There's a lot. I don't see if it was in English, I could tell you. Oh, here we go. Let's get to the dropped anime. Let me make a few enemies today. Fuck Naruto, fuck One Piece, and fuck Bleach. I'm not going to watch 500 episodes of this shit. And more specifically, people brought up, oh, what about Naruto? If you get into it, Naruto is, at its core, a story of lust. It's a story of lust between who's going to get Sasuke. Is it going to be Bitchy Girl, or is it going to be Naruto? Really, it's a story of a gay man refusing to be cucked by a cunt. That's the story of Naruto. And at that point, I tuned out. Now, I'm sure these are all good, and people enjoy them, and I'm not shitting on you. If you enjoy them, that's fantastic. I'm not going to watch them. And that's coming from somebody that watched Inuyasha. I don't know how, that's like a disconnect. How does that work? How do you shit on these three, but you've watched Inuyasha? I blame Cartoon Network and having that run on television. Let's talk about Neon Genesis Evangelion. I would rate this thing a 1 if I could. But it would be unfair. Listen, I gave it a 7 because it's competent. Because it's got cool, interesting aspects to it. In fact, you could make this anime a 10 if you got rid of Shinji. The most basic bitch, whiny little fucking pussy that's ever existed in anime. Hearing his voice makes me want to claw my fucking eyes out. Oh, Daddy doesn't love me. I touched Mama's clone. Oh, everything's so hard for Shinji. Why won't anybody let me put my penis in them? Oh, I've got to fight big robots against monsters. Nobody loves Shinji. I fucking hate him. And that's why it got the rating that it got. You want to make it a 10? Remove him. You want to make it a 1? Make it nothing but Shinji. Oh, I see. I see people in chat like Shinji. It's okay to have shit taste. All right? I'm not holding it against you. Some people just have really awful taste in entertainment, and you would be one of them. Oh, let's see what else we got here. High School of the Dead. Dragon Ball Super, I gave a 7. One Punch Man Season 2 was... the animation quality was shittier, and I felt the way they did the arc. I know what they're trying to do, how they're fitting it together, but it wasn't on the level of Season 1. It really was not on the level of Season 1. Tenchi Muyo, I gave a 6 because I think that was another Cartoon Network Adult Swim thing. Demon Lord retry is but the bottom of the barrel is GT. All right, listen, they punish children by making them watch GT. Let's be honest here. If you misbehave in certain countries, you're forced to sit in a chair and watch at least 10 episodes of Dragon Ball GT. I know everybody's got their ranking list on how Dragon Ball is. And there's an argument to be made as a first Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, which one's the better one? They're both superb. And Dragon Ball Super is okay. But Dragon Ball GT is pure, unfettered, filthy fucking garbage. Alright? Dragon Ball GT is the sort of thing that would give you, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, if Dragon Ball GT had sex with your girlfriend, she'd get a yeast infection. If Dragon Ball GT cooked you a meal, you'd get food poisoning. Dragon Ball GT is irredeemable trash. So that's what I have down so far for my anime ratings. I've got, there's not a lot. I've got hundreds more to go through. This process is ridiculously long, but there you go. But let's look at manga, because that's the shit I've been reading. I mean, there's a lot of shit out there, but I've been reading a lot lately. Let me rank this properly. Do a score. I have to say, hands down, I'll just say the English title. So I'm a Spider. So what? Now I know there's a light novel out there, and I know they're doing an anime with the 3D graphics, and people think it looks like shit, and it's even using the look of the spider from the light novel, and people like the manga version better. I get it. But I've read 40 chapters, the 40 chapters of it that exist, and it's so fucking good. I like a slow burn. That's what I'm looking for in this kind of shit. I don't want to read about a character that for issue 1 gets transported to a new world. Issue 2, oh my god, here's the big bad evil. And then by issue 4, they're shooting nuclear bombs out of their asshole, and they've got 400 women sucking their dick. I want some build-up. Right? I want a little bit of a slow burn. I want them do a little exploration, run into some trouble. What's the day-to-day shit like? That's why I like Grimgar. It's just a bunch of people get transported to another world, and they've got to learn how to fucking feed themselves. I like that aspect, that idea. Like, yeah, you're in a new world, but you still have to pay rent. You still need to buy food. And so I'm a spider, so what? Great. Nice little bits of humor, likable character. I like how they do the split personality super ability. I don't want to spoil too much because I actually really enjoy it. I'd recommend reading the manga. I don't know, it could turn into shit, but I guarantee you the first 40 chapters are excellent. It's good stuff. Oh, and then we've got this. I'm blanking on the name. It's about the little girl that goes into another world. It's an isekai. She wants to read books, and she gets sent to a world where people... Apprenticeship of a Bookworm, I think it is. Also very good. This is Ill Boy, Ill Girl. Usually I don't like short ones, but not bad. It's about an attention whore who wants to become famous for having this world's worst disease. It's the disease nobody else has. Then he finds out a little girl has the same disease, and his solution during the entire run is he's going to kill the bitch. Like, that's what he comes up with. He wants to kill her so he can die from the disease and be the famous person. That's the whole plot. It's brilliant. Other stuff like Dungeon Seeker was good. There's a lot of names in here. For some reason, they don't put... And what I've noticed is a lot of the Korean stuff doesn't get added on here. Like the beginning after the end, or Skeleton Soldier couldn't defend his castle, is it? Those were two really good ones that don't get put on. For whatever reason, though, solo leveling is on there. And solo leveling is one of those where you're going to hate the first few chapters, but it's almost like white noise. By the time you get to chapter 50 or 60, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of fucking hooked on this. Akano Grimoire, I think that's Scarlet Grimoire. Only 5 chapters in that, but that was fantastic. It's about psychopaths. This little girl literally rips a guy apart, throws his body in the air, and starts singing and dancing in it. She's just dancing around in his blood as it rains down on her in German because she used to work for the Nazis. So it's a Nazi witch dancing in blood. I don't know why that got dropped, but for whatever reason it seemed to. I believe this is the cooking one. People say, like, oh, these isekais with cooking, it's shit. Is the Survival Mesh the cooking one? Where it's a dude that just arrives in another fucking world and all he cares about is cooking food. He just wants to hang out in the forest and kind of chill. I enjoyed that too. Shadow House was interesting. That was one about, I don't even know how to really explain it. It's all these servants that they work for people that are made of soot, and they have to become their faces. So you're created. You're not even really a human. You're told you're a doll, and you're forced to work with a creature made of entirely soot that looks like your outline. And when you reach a certain age, you have to basically be their presenting face in public. So if they go out and talk to somebody, the soot person doesn't do it, you do it. And if you're out of line, you get your ass beat. So I thought that was an interesting one. Some basic shit in here, but you get the idea. And the worst rated was Pygmalion. I mean, I liked the violence. The violence was great. But, aside from that, I couldn't really do it. And then people were giving me shit for Ani Naru Mano. Listen, it's not the hentai version. Okay? It's the cute, normal one that's not the hentai version that I was reading. And that's the story I'm sticking to. And I like the idea of an eldritch horror being the sister of some boy that just desperately wants attention. I have no regrets. Fuck you, chat. The name I read it under was like the sister of 1,000 young or something like that. But it was pretty good. So there you go. That's my starting point. As for the first manga video, I'll probably do something about maybe solo leveling, Skeleton Soldier, and the beginning after the end, because all three of them are really good. They are all long running, and they're entertaining. I don't know how I'll do it. Probably be shit. I've never done a video like that before, but that's YouTube stuff. That's the YouTube stuff. The other stuff, the fun, let's make fun of people stuff, the let's laugh at weird shit stuff, the let's despair at how bad the world stuff, that's all going to be on BitChute. In fact, we're going to talk about a video idea I have for it. Let me read some more super chats here, and then we will jump into that. Give me 1 second, chat, to pull this up. Yeah, if you have recommendations, by all means, send them to me. I am a voracious reader. I love to read shit. I mean, I'll read pretty much anything. And part of the reason I got into manga was I got sick of simulcasts. You watch an anime and you enjoy it and you get hooked into it, and then you've got to wait a week for every new single episode that's going to come out. And I couldn't do it. And when I found out that I could just go read all of it well beyond what's being presented in the anime, I was like, what's the point in waiting? And then after you do that a few times, the next thing you realize, you're reading it nonstop and you're enjoying it. And I'm sure that'll eventually lead down the path to light novels. I don't know. Oh, what's the other anime? Overly Cautious Hero is actually a fairly entertaining anime too. And that's somewhere on the list, but I don't remember what the ranking I gave it was. Probably something higher up. Truth be told, even if I don't like it, I can recognize that most of the stuff has good qualities to it, so I don't think I ranked anything below a 5. I have yet to really encounter something that's so fucking awful that I would completely throw it under. I mean, I make jokes about hating Shinji, but I'm not going to say Neon Genesis Evangelion is terrible. So I'm not sure what's out there that's really just pure fucking garbage, but I look forward to the day to finding it. So if you've got recommendations of pure shit, send it my way too. I'll give it a read to learn how bad it is. All right, but let me hit some of these super chats here. Where do we leave off? Oh, that was the impeachment one. Okay, from iPig and a new hamster. There's a hamster emote. Permafrost, look up Quincy Jones St. Clair if you ever need to do another X-Files video. Crazy shit. Joshua Day Jesus. Hey, Jim, please tell my friend Jose I said SMD okay. Well, there you go, Jose. That's what Joshua had to say to you. From Maximus Smith, how do you think this decade will be remembered? How do I think the 2010s will be remembered? Probably as the rise of the cell phone. That's how I think it'll be remembered. I think it'll be remembered as the rise. Not that smartphone or cell phones, smartphones weren't really around before then, but this has really been the decade where mobile has become the big thing, isn't it? It's that convergence, everything you could want put into one device, and I think that's what the 2010s will be remembered as. I'm sure you're asking about politics and other stuff and what's the big focal points, but as far as consumerism goes, that's what I'd hit it as. Omegas 13, Merry Christmas, Jim. Merry Christmas to you. Eduardo Ramirez, Rip Mighty Tevin, they got him, boys. Well, what happened to Tevin? From Natasha, thank you. Victor Phantasm Boss, have you and the Cambodian watched Gran Torino? Yes, we have. She thought it was funny. From Chem Trail Mix, Jimbo, 3 streams in 1 month, you're spoiling us. Also, what in the fresh fuck is spirit cooking? You mentioned it during the Finder stream. That's a story for another time. Maybe we'll go into a spirit cooking special. Who knows? Lord Rap of Rap Mountain, is this Movie Bob's superior future? Yes, it is. Loric Project Cockroach are a delicacy at the Seattle ballpark. They taste like crispy shit. Well, who would have thought? From Full Swing, some grubs on me, Jimbo, slimy yet satisfying. Well, delicious. From Blood Mark Mentor, just saw you slip and slide video, Jim. It turns out the cure for AIDS is the same as pedophilia and furry degeneracy, lead aspirin. That's the reason why the government wants to hide our medicine. From Mort Elephant, it's breakfast time in Scotland. Here's Jim with the weather. What a fantastic start to the day. From Luric L, you've heard of capsule hotels, now try capsule homes. Cynic 8, hey, is it just me or is Twitter trying to drum up shootings? One person getting shot at the Penn Square Mall is now a mass shooting, and the suspect is black. One shoe swagging with red underwear. I haven't really been on Twitter very much today, so I missed this one. Ugly Bastard, you should review Hentai Dojins. That would be fun to watch. There used to be, back when Metokur was a forum run by Haberman, Lord God of all trolls, a video show that we did, because he had his own video hosting, so we didn't have to abide by any rules, where we watched the worst animated pornography and hentai that existed and did commentary on it. That's why I've said before, and it's the honest truth, that H-Bomber guy, Mr. Progressive himself, and I watched a Naruto hentai and did a commentary track for it. Maybe Haberman still got it, I don't know. I guess that one's lost to the times. From Nick Barnes, I've had some good burgers in my time. I love a good Swiss melted cheese Swiss, and much roasted mushrooms and caramelized onions on a burger. Oh, that is hot stuff. From Redacted Best Dual Stream, Metokur Deadbug says, look it up. From David Leva, Jim, can you say, Danny, you cutie pie, why you go pee-pee? From Bloodmark Mentor, who needs to build a wall to keep out traps in NTR? We're going to make hentai great again. From White Rice, thank you for streaming on my birthday, Jim. Best birthday present ever. Well, happy birthday to you. From Diversity 62112, you Negro, I designed tiny homes as a hobby. Good ones designed by 60 IQ. Makes sense, but not even I would pay to live in the uninspired Pomo trash. Now, if you build tiny homes as a hobby, can you explain to me what the fuck is going on with the market value of them? I remember when tiny homes started to really catch on, and people talked about how great it was to be able to build a tiny home for about $15,000 to $20,000. And now I see people, honest to God, trying to sell the same looking shit for $60,000 to $80,000. So where the fuck is the markup in tiny homes coming from? Where they're going from $20,000 and the price is fourfold what it used to be at $80,000. Something really weird is going on with that, and I don't know what it is. From Zemeski Lebowski, good evening, Papa Jim. Look out for those red dots. I'll try. Cream Kitten, hey Jim, had a death in the family last night. Would appreciate a rip for my uncle. He was a great man. In weather news, we just broke a 143-year heat record here in Australia. Brush fire are eating the country. Send tube homes. Well, if you would take a moment to give a rip for our good friend Cream Kitten's uncle who passed away. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, uncle. Give him a second here to catch up. Well, there you go, Cream Kitten. Chat sends its condolences. From John Zoidberg, MD, fun fact, average male testosterone has dropped 1% per year for the last 40 years. So are you telling us that we're all operating at 60% testosterone? Imagine the power I would possess if I had that other 40%. Think of the things that I could do. I need that. I need that 40% testosterone. I need to harvest it through battle. Maybe that's the whole blood for the blood god thing. Maybe they're slaughtering each other because they're trying to suck out that testosterone from the dead. Hey, do you think maybe that's the truth behind vampires? I'm going to retcon vampiric history here. The truth is, vampires aren't scary creatures of the night. Vampires are really soy beta bitch boys whose testosterone levels have dropped down to 2%. And the only way they can become men again and be sexually functional is by drinking the blood of heterosexual, high testosterone males. We've misunderstood everything about this. They're not evil, they just need our help. Vampire bros just want to get some pussy. And they need our sweet, sweet testosterone to do it. From Russell T. Shackelford, Alex Jones was always right. Welcome home, Jim. From Redacted, Metokur Deadbug says, best stream. He's an underrated creator. Sick shit, unrepressed humor. Reach out to him. Dark shit plus you and him. Best stream, Japanesey. From Permafrost, Jim and Varg stream when? Elizabeth Varing, Isaac Cappy didn't kill himself. Hashtag Hoffman body count. From Clayton Goodman, glad to see you back, bruh. Read a few more here and jump into the next thing. I ate the juice. Check this guy out. He literally sounds like a golem. It's hilarious. YouTube. Okay, what is it? YouTube News Now Canada Independent Media. Watch his Trump impeachment video. Well, we'll take a look. From Zach Funk. The only plan is genocide as revenge for taking God from them. Merry Christmas. You know, now that you bring up Merry Christmas, wasn't there a story going around with Microsoft? Now, I'm not a tech guy, but I believe I saw a little bit of this on Poll and on G, where somebody made a complaint because there was a Santa Claus hat on a gear wheel icon on an interface provided by Microsoft for a program. And it's so tiny you could barely notice it. But they wrote a letter saying, or they wrote a complaint, I should say, saying that the Santa Claus hat represented Jewish persecution, and Microsoft removed it. Some dude wrote that Santa Claus is somehow directly related to persecuting Jews, and so now they won't put up Santa Claus hats on their little gear icon anymore. What a clown world we live in. For Alex Better, have you read Berserk or Vinland Saga? Berserk I have seen some of and read some of. Vinland Saga, no. But people have recommended it. We'll do two more here. Angela Honkler, Eat Bugs, Feel Good Goy. And Jason Weaver, Merry Christmas, Jim. Love you. Don't ever stop what you're doing. Feel like you're the last sane voice we have. Crazy Pills, Honk Honk. And what is this one from Seriac? Readout by Mizuta Makoto. It's a Japanese delinquent manga based on Mexican and Brazilian gangs that are usually posted in Best Gore. Please check my Twitter, and you'll link to it. Do you have a link to it on your Twitter? I'll take a look. Okay. I will get back to the rest of the Super Chats. I promise everybody I will read them all. I appreciate the people that signed up for memberships as well. I was trying to figure out what membership thing I should do because they're like, you need to do something if you have a membership on YouTube and they join. Aside from creating little emotes, which I'm still in the process of. There will be a super secret stream on the last Saturday of every month where I think I'll let members pick the topic and then we'll just shoot the shit about that. Now, where was I? Because I want to set this up. Aside from the manga stuff, like I said, which is YouTube only, because I need something family friendly that I can talk about that's not going to get me shit kicked. All the fun stuff goes on BitChute, like the Virginia video, like the slip and slide video. And like this video that I'm going to be working on, which, let me set the stage first. I think that's the way we should do it. I want to talk about women. I know I'm encroaching on Coach Red Pill's territory. I assure you I'm not going to go full coach. I know. Let me just give you an idea of what I mean by full coach.
Women are like dogs. Now, what do I mean? You have to treat them like you would treat a dog. You ever go up to a dog and you're afraid of the dog and the dog senses it and the dog gets up and smells the fear coming off of you and starts barking at you and snarling at you and showing its teeth, and it's pissed off at you and doesn't like you. And you're like all insecure and tentative, like, I'm sorry, hi, can I get you a drink? I just want to be friends, please don't bite me. And what's that woman gonna do? She's gonna snarl at you. She's gonna look at you like, ew, creepy, ew, rough. If you're firm and self-confident, they respond. They get relaxed, see? Just like dogs. You go up to a dog, you know, a big, mean Doberman Pinscher, right? Or whatever, some Germanic, what's it, Rottweiler, right? Or a pit bull, you know? You go up to that dog, you know, and you say, hey, don't fuck with me, dog. So that's what you have to do. You have to treat women like dogs.
Okay, so we're clear that's not the direction I'm going with this. But I have an angle I want to take, a subject I want to talk about, a group I don't think gets talked about very much. Now, not feminists. Everybody talks about fucking feminists. Not SJWs. My God, we know enough about fucking SJWs. I want to talk about, I'd almost say, a subsection or an outgrowth of two different things. So first we have the thought. Now, this is a random picture I chose. Maybe this lady is a very nice lady. I don't know. But I picked her picture at random, so deal with it. So we have our thought. Our carefree young girl that shows off her body and makes a lot of money online, wants to have fun, wants to go out and party, is probably in her 20s, doesn't really give a shit. The next group we have are Karens. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Karen is a bitch. A Karen drives a soccer mom van. A Karen complains at a restaurant because there's not enough ice cubes or lemon in her fucking water. A Karen, because she didn't get the best customer service at the self-checkout line at a Target, goes to the customer service desk and demands to talk to a manager. A Karen's the kind of bitch that wants to get involved in your business and has a permanent pissed off scowl on her face. Now, the thought is kind of a pre-family person. You know, they're young, they're having fun, they're doing their thing. And a Karen is a post-family person because they're a soccer mom. They've got a family, they've got children. But what I want to do a video on, and what I want your help and input on, are what I like to call dead eggs. Now, what's a dead egg? And this is where I need your help, helping me to define the parameters of this. And I even have a slight example to give you an idea of kind of what I'm talking about. A dead egg is the bitch that basically took Sex in the City and made it her Bible. She kind of led the thought lifestyle, and she has the pissy bitchiness of a Karen, but she doesn't have a family. This is about basically being infertile. It's going past the point of infertility and not having fresh eggs to reproduce. And let me make this clear too, I'm not talking about, I know there are people out there that have diseases. Maybe you're just naturally infertile. This doesn't apply to you. This applies to people that purposely choose this. That's what a dead egg is. The child-free lifestyle. I don't want kids. I don't want a family. Fuck that. I want my freedom. I want to ride the dick carousel. That's a dead egger. But see, something happens. They reach the point where it's no longer their choice. It's set in stone. They can't have no more babies because there are no more good eggs in them. And that sets in them a vicious hatred, a hatred of life itself, directed at everything and everyone around them. They become the most bitter, angry, annoying fucking women that exist on the face of the earth. They make Karen look like a good dinner date. They make the thought look like a nice behaved young lady. A dead egger hates children. A dead egger hates public shows of affection. They subsist and exist in some kind of alternate self-inflicted dimension of being part cat lady, part why not, part massive, nonstop, menopausal bitch, and it never ends. And so I'd like to do a video focusing on that. I found some communities where there are quite a few dead eggers. And so I was thinking, can I find a video that kind of highlights that a little bit? To give you an idea of just kind of what they sound like. Now, this might not be an exact example of one, but I think it gives you a bit of an idea of it. So let me put this video up. It's of a lady that basically throws a shit fit because people are being affectionate in public. And remember, a dead egger, there's no chance of having children ever again. So any shows of affection just remind them that they're a barren husk of a human being. And fills them with the rage of 1,000 suns.
Don't do it, because it'll just sit around our
Then leave. Why are you here? You have your food.
Excuse me, I have a right to be here. This is a place where you eat, not where you make out and spoon.
He just told you.
We are waiting for you to finish up, so we're chatting.
Go make out outside.
You're a heinous.
Okay, so what do we see already? Here would be a hypothetical, or maybe a case study kind of a dead egger. She is infuriated. Okay, first she's fat. And of course, a lot of dead eggers are going to be fat because what's the point? Nobody's going to ever fuck them. And if they do fuck them, they're never having children. So she's given up on femininity. So here our dead egger is, getting ready to gorge herself at the trough of whatever restaurant this is. And here's a young couple being affectionate in line. And it sends her into a fucking rage. All right? It's like a rutting male in the forest. She's turned into an animal at this point. She's locked eyes. Look at this. She's looking directly at them, and the anger is taking over.
This person.
You're a prostitute.
Cool.
I'm not getting paid.
How can you make out while here in front of everyone like a slut while we're trying to eat? There are people here. Don't
Okay.
you have any manners?
Can you just finish up your transaction? We'll order and we can
Why
both
don't
move
you
on.
leave, bitch?
Oh my god. You're really escalating
Why
this.
don't you leave?
I would just like to order
Well, you
and then
shouldn't.
we'll
You
leave.
shouldn't be here. You're a slut. Go get a hotel room and fuck somewhere else.
Oh my
This is not a place for this.
Can't wait till this hits YouTube.
I can't wait to report you to the police. You can.
I'm going to report you to the police because you have living eggs inside of you. You are capable of a viable birth. There is a man that wants to put his penis inside of you. I am calling the police, filled with hatred.
Not be
Please.
doing prostitution
Go ahead.
in
Hey,
public.
go find the police right now.
This is a public place. This is where people
No, it's not.
eat.
This is a private place,
This
actually.
is public.
No, this is a private establishment actually.
This is we're in the public.
This is privately owned.
Look, if you're making out in front of people and you're making people uncomfortable.
Can we order?
You're
this?
making me uncomfortable with your verbal.
Also, do you notice they're saying you're making people uncomfortable? Just all that's here is the guy working behind the counter, the couple, and the dead egger.
Stop making out in front of us.
That's all good.
Who is us?
Everyone that's
can I
here.
have a
That's
force?
So look, I'm
inappropriate.
the only person who's uncomfortable with me having my arm around my
Lady,
boyfriend.
you're making out while we're trying to order.
Step back.
Excuse me?
Step the
Why don't-
fuck back.
Excuse. Do not
Step
tell
the
me to.
fuck back.
Excuse
Step
me.
the fuck back.
Excuse me. Why don't you?
Hey, listen, bitch. Don't make me punch you in your rotten ovaries. All right, you'll get sepsis. Those dead things inside of you, they can't produce life. That infection will spread. One gut punch, one falcon punch from me if you get too close to my woman. I'm going to send you to the hospital.
Can you call the
Step the fuck
cops?
back.
Can you call the cops?
Can you call the cops on him?
I'm getting all this on video. So we'll see who's harassing who later.
You're fucking your girlfriend in a public restaurant acting like a prostitute. You need to leave. You told me to leave while I'm in my order while you're making out with that slut.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're such an airhead. You're so dumb. You're sexually harassing me.
You're reminding me of my bad life decisions. I am the face of a dead egger. I decided in my 20s that I just wanted to have fun. I decided that family didn't matter, that men would come at my beck and call. I lived the life of the lady who controlled the orbiters. I made the nice guys wait on me hand and foot, and I rode Chad's cock. And now here I am, after taking 38 morning after pills, after scrambling through abortion the 22 babies I could have given birth to. An empty husk with a dead, sloughing off uterus, full of dead eggs and bitter, seething hatred.
You and that slut.
Well, you are harboring a lot of shit, and you're just letting it all out.
You
So
know
go ahead.
what?
Go ahead. This is
I
cathartic for
don't
you.
want to watch you make out with that person while I'm trying to order
Good.
food.
There's the door right there. Go ahead.
You've already ordered your food.
Yep.
I want my money back. I want my money back. I want a refund. Excuse me, I just spent $20. I want a refund.
Now she wants a refund.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to a manager. And I don't appreciate you raising your voice at me.
I want a refund right now, and I'm reporting you to your manager.
He's already talking to his manager.
And I want to talk to the manager. So you talk to me.
I'll give you the tape. I'll give you the tape.
I can call the manager and report you, and you can be fired.
So now she's filled with such bitter hatred over the fact that there's a loving couple embracing each other publicly because they have a future family life together, that she's looking for anybody and anything to lash out against. And she's chosen to go after the poor fucking guy making, what, $3 an hour slinging burritos or whatever restaurant they're in? And she wants to get him fired and demanding a refund because some dude and his girlfriend are standing in line.
For allowing this. I want my money back. Go to hell, prick. Who the fuck do you think you are? Sexually harassing me, making out with that bitch while I'm trying to order? He was having sex with her at the stand when I was trying to order. They were making out.
It was pretty good. The sex was pretty good.
Well, go get a room if you want to fuck the whore. I mean, I don't want to watch it. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. You making out with that ugly bitch, it is so nasty. Do you know how much I want to puke on both of you? You are the ugliest.
That's a complete lie. A lady this fat would never give up precious food by vomiting it up. She savors that meal too much to ever let it go. Don't believe her bullshit.
Bitch I've ever seen. You look like a little boy. And for me to actually watch you have sex in public is disgusting. In front of my food, it makes me want to vomit then. For the love of God. I'm gonna vomit because you are so damn nasty to make out while I'm ordering food. It's so disgusting.
Okay, I'm sorry that you have an
You're
issue
a
with that.
prostitute.
You're a terribly rude person.
Oh, fuck! You're rude for making out in front of everyone, trying to slobber. You're trying to over-sexualize yourself and be like, I'm the shit. Look, my boyfriend's making out with me. Do you know how uncomfortable and rude you are? You are such a slut. You're a dumb bitch. Go fuck yourself. You are such a whore. You are such an asshole, both of you. Both of you are
Bye.
assholes.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
You're stalking me. Do you know?
Oh, the seething hatred. She's just waddling around in rage. I thought she wanted a refund. Why is she walking out with the food? I told you, Tubby couldn't give it up. I'm not, this food's coming with me. I know I said I wanted a refund, but I need to fill my stomach with something. I need to fill myself with something to fill the void of no eggs.
I'm gonna press sexual harassment and stalking charges on you.
Go for it. Please.
You are harassing me at this very moment.
Let's do it.
Videotaping me.
Yep.
Can you? I'm American. I'm from California.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God. You know what? Go back.
Okay. So do you get the gist of it? Do you understand the parameters of what I'm saying? I'm trying to pound it out. I'm trying to get a vague idea of where to go with this. Now, Child Free, the subreddit, is obviously a great place to start. There are quite a few videos online too of women freaking the fuck out over public displays of affection. News articles talking about women regretting having career choices over children. Lots of sad, oops, I fucked up stories. So that's probably going to be the next BitChute video. I gotta hammer out those details. Like those hammer toes that Hoven bitch had showed off with those flip-flops that are screaming for life, please get her weight off of me. But that's the general idea I'm going with. I like it. I think there's potential there. I think we really need to address the dead egg question and talk about the dead egg phenomena that's currently taking place all over the world. You tell me, chat, what do you think? You don't get it? No. Somebody said in chat. Well, I'll try to explain it one last time. A dead egger is a woman that by choice, from the ages of 18 up until 30, decided they wanted just to fuck around and have fun and be a thought and didn't think family mattered and didn't give a shit about it. But once they reach that point where they don't have viable eggs, where they can't have offspring, they suddenly regret and hate their choice. And that seething anger because of it makes them lash out at anybody and everybody around them, especially couples that are younger or couples that have families. This encompasses groups like Child Free, encompasses news articles about powerful female CEOs regretting this. I think it'll be fun. But that's the gist of where I'm going with it. Maybe the video will make it a little bit more understandable. Kissing is literally having sex. Yes, she said that. She said they were fucking in the restaurant. Did you catch the bit where she said, "How dare you have sex in front of my food?" How dare you? This salad is innocent. This is an innocent salad. How dare you have sex in front of it? What are you thinking? Let me turn that window off. I don't think we need that anymore. So that's what's coming up, if you're wondering what the next video will be. Probably in a day or two. I'll have a Dead Egger video up. And then a few days after that, I will have the first manga video up on YouTube. And then get around to the Transtastic and furry stuff. I'm just hitting the shit that I find entertaining at the moment. And we'll work our way from there. Protect the food, chat? Yes. The innocent salad, how dare you? How dare you? Okay, let me see. Let's get to the super chats. Where did I leave off? That was the Alex Jones one. Redacted. Metokur Deadbug. We've read that one. Jim and Varg. Read that one. I'm trying to find where I left off. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. Angie Honkler. Eat bugs. Feel good goy. From Jason Weaver. Merry Christmas, Jim. Love you. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing. I feel like you're the last sane voice we have. Crazy pills. Honk honk. Well, honk honk back at you. Talk to Jay, or this is from Joseph Kerr. Talk to Jay Dyer about all the dystopian evil shit. He's done an entire globalist book review series and can explain most of this stuff to you. Well, you know what? If I can get a hold of Jay Dyer, I'll do a stream with him, and we'll talk about how depressing everything is. So be sure to bring some liquor, because it's probably going to be a sad fucking stream. From Pain World, I understand your frustrations. I'd like to debate. From Lurigel, those plastic bottles will be filled with sewage water. Pain World again. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's have a chat. Well, I'm just doing a comfy chat right now. Not really up for a debate at 1:30 in the morning. Rusty T. Shackelford. We seriously need champagne for Jim to interview Jones. Oh, campaign for Jim to interview Jones. I think he'd be fun to talk to. But I really don't know where that's going to go. Because I'm going to be honest with you. One of the first things I'm going to ask is why he had tranny porn on his phone. I don't think he's going to like that question. But nonetheless, maybe someday in the distant future, who knows? Permafrost, read 1984, watch What If? Pain World, now I'm feeling pretty good. Substantially isn't a fucking crime, dude. Or Origin Sin, I want off this ride. Please let me be a kid again. Foxman2248, eat bugs, cure gout. Clayton Goodman, Pelosi was still trying to save face. We all know, just admit your bias. From Pain World, you're so dumb, dude. Well, please feel free to donate more money to insult me. From XKillKenny X69, can we talk about anime, please? Well, we actually did. From Skyrim is for the Nords. I don't want to wake up angry at them. I don't even think about them until I'm provoked. From Mike Testa, Jim, I'm afraid. Please hold out a little more, man. From Pinky Culture, gonna catch bugs, deep fry it, and sell it easy. From Magazog, January 20th, Pocahontas Capitol Building, Richmond, Virginia. Be there and be heavily armed. Well, Maga, you probably just got put on a watch list. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me catch up here. I've got to refresh the list here. Sorry, chat. Take me 1 second. Where did I leave off? Somebody brought up Lincoln Park AMVs. I don't know why you'd bring up Lincoln Park AMVs unless you want us to suffer. Okay, there we go. From Awoo Patrol. Help, Jim. I was just a good Christian boy, but I fell into the wrong Bible study. Now I'm constructing pylons in South Korea in special underwear for the new Messiah Lee Man-hee. Now, is that the same kind of special underwear that the Mormons use? Or is it more weather appropriate? Because I'd like me some special underwear just for the fun of it. From Deus 3, smash all cuck toilets and march the lefties into the ocean screaming, they can all burn, Dacefault, no. From Not Zeech, I've got a cucked older cousin who got with his girlfriend's. Let me try this again. I've got a cucked older cousin who got with his friend's ex-girlfriend. I got it there. After she had a kid. It was painful for many reasons. Hearing about him arguing to pull the 13-year-old or put her on birth control early to get her used to it. Well, birth control, from some studies that have come out recently, well, even without the studies, some chicks go crazy on birth control. I mean, you're really playing with fire with that. I mean, some don't have any issues at all. Some go absolutely insane. From 00 Greta's Grub, you can make a lot of stuff out of bugs, fried bugs, bug gumbo, bug scampi. From Jack Smith, Jim, we're in the end days. Biblical prophecy has been fulfilled daily. I implore everyone to repent and accept Jesus before it's too late. From Rusty Cheese Knife, have you ever been to Thailand's unique.com? No, I haven't. You can buy ground up insect powder and make cookies. Yes, from real insects, yummy scorpions too. Well, if I can get cheap ingredients overseas, it's going to make those vending machines even more profitable. So thank you for the heads up. From Harvey Decker, shekels for the weatherman, support local news. Trump Nation, the Southern Poverty Law Center came back yesterday from a 10-month hiatus. Check out his YouTube. Or Southern Poverty, I said Law Center, call center. SPCC is back, apparently. More power to them. I like prank calls. They're funny stuff. From Permafrost, read Make Room, watch Soylent Green. Harrison was right, but everyone laughed. Look who's laughing now. From Mike Testa, just me, or do Xbox make a console out of a hammer you used to hit meat? It does look a bit like the head of a mallet. I will give you that. Deep fried lettuce. Look up Silverstone FT03 Mini. I'm sure it's another modem router that looks just like it. I do not know how to pronounce your name, dude. I'm just Wahabo Bayeskab. You know who you are, and I butchered it. I'm sorry. Jim, when will you stream Photon in HD? Asking because you can't watch it on YouTube now. It's all been deleted. I do believe people have uploaded onto BitChute. I can't confirm that, but if they haven't yet, I will upload it onto BitChute. From Kambala, 1, manga recommendation, Itchy the Killer. Koryushi 1, it's sick and twisted. It's short but worth it. Main character wanks every time he kills. Itchy the Killer sounds really fucking familiar, but I'm not 100% certain. I might have come across it before. From K, thoughts on the Groiper Summit. I actually missed that. I heard they went down to the SAS conference or whatever it was and got kicked out. But that's about all I know at the moment. From Gjeld, good morning from Denmark. Good morning back at you. 113657 says, have you seen the rise up of Skywalker yet? The interracial lesbian kiss was Kino. Also, first impeached president to win re-election. I have, like I said, I have no interest in Star Wars, so I haven't been keeping up with it. All I know is people have said it's fucking awful. From Eduardo Ramirez, are you going to cop those new Ninja Adidas? They look fire, to be honest. Well, if they help me run faster when the happening hits, yes I am. From the Carpello, will Civil War II electric boogaloo start when Democrats begin gun grabbing in Virginia, or is the American population too pacified already? Well, in the video I did, I talked about the Bureau of Land Management's land grab bullshit and how ranchers basically held them off. And I talked about, even though it was a misinformed situation, how Whiskey Warrior 556 basically live streamed them try to come in, and he was saying it was a red flag thing, and people were talking about showing up with guns. It's just there's a lot of weird shit going on right now, and there are a lot of sheriffs, not just in Virginia but around the country, that don't want any part of this and are willing to deputize concealed carry holders. And it's a bad situation. Sending the National Guard in to do this is a mistake. It's going to lead to an escalation, and somebody's going to get hurt, and it's a powder keg waiting to go. It's a bad idea. From Kjellbjorn Osmo, Boomer Jim, are you a fan of Red Letter Media? Yep, I watch them. From Popcorn Bro, great stream, Jim. You're killing it. From Solid Carrot, it's not all bad. Robot bottles of water to make you gay on command will make fellatiating for rations much easier. Well, you are correct. Next generation conservative. Lol, Jim, Xbox flashlight to cry with your roaches and your current and your cement to keto, because Jimco's great Greta Grub will be the next Amazon. Take your Joy Boy or your Joybots bigot. I'm telling you, it's a market idea its time has come. The Greta Grub insect vending machine, it's here, it's now, it's hip. We can even add Wi-Fi and smart apps and all that shit Zoomers like and really make a killing. From Camille Taggart, can we cover Unit 731, the Ishii experiment? Are you talking about the Japanese torture division? I don't know what you want to talk about. Well, first off, am I thinking of the right group? You could be talking about an anime or manga, or you could be talking about World War II, because I can't remember the unit's number, but there were a group of Japs that did some real fucked up shit, like Mangala level stuff. So I don't know. I guess you'd have to expand on that a little. From Honkamania 117, will we ever see a Photon stream? I am planning on streaming again with David Stay, but it will be about aliens. So technically you could call that a Photon stream. Totally not dark matter. Jim, if you ever read shoujo manga, give Mysterious Girlfriend X a start. It starts a little slow, but it gets better as it goes along. From Sus, did you ever read or watch Full Metal Alchemist? I have watched it, yes. From Malpomini, watch Made in Abyss. Now, Made in Abyss, is that the one that gets really fucking dark? I've heard this one brought up. I think it's on Amazon right now, and I actually am tempted to watch it. If it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a particular scene. I don't want to spoil it, but it seems very dark. If that's what you're talking about, I am interested. From Foxman2248, don't tell me you're going to post Linkin Park AMVs. Oh, they're coming. I need to bring back the old school shit. We need Naruto and Bleach AMVs with nothing but Linkin Park music over it. No special effects, no fancy cuts, and it's got to have like unregistered Hypercam 2 in the corner. We've got to make it like it used to be. We've got to make it good. That's what I'm aiming for. From Wraith Mark, Elvin lied perhaps? I have watched that. I've got to add that to the list. A Woo Patrol, read Battle Royale manga. I think I've seen the movies on that. From Caden Culp, hey Jim, watch Trolling Wannabe Porn Stars here on YouTube. Fully censored, absolutely hilarious. Now if you're talking about the casting couch shit from eFucked, I've seen that. Where they sit down the porn stars and treat them like shit and make them cry. It is pretty funny. My unpopular YouTube channel, you should go on the last podcast on the left and have them explain to you about how Satanism is actually all about self-improvement. Tips Fedora. The Carpalo, the thing you forgot from your dystopia, you're going to have to suck the feminine penis. Claiming that biology and sex are related will ruin your life. Well, we're already at that point in dystopia, aren't we? From Drew Thompson. Hey, Jim. Did you know that there is a Michael Jackson game called Moonwalker where you rescue children in bars and caves from the mob and SWAT teams? I think everybody played that on the Genesis. And it is ironic. I get what you mean. From Darth Venereal Disease. Okay. Kimi ga Nazumo Ian. Girl goes into a coma for years. Boyfriend porks her best female friend. Good times. Saw it 15 years ago. Review it. I will check it out, I guess. S. Cyber Taz. Some shekels until I get new Project 2 set up. Hat after Xmas. Feel better. Adonis Paul. From Name. Have you ever seen Midi EX Mall? No, I haven't. A lot of these names I'm not going to be able to pronounce, which I guess adds an element of comedy to it, as my boomer ass stumbles all over it. Anon delivers, "Hey Jim, at some point can you make a hat in coyote tan so we can wear them in the cornfields when the Second American Civil War finally kicks off?" Should I? Well, I don't want to be a cunt. You know what? I'm going to make a hat for the Civil War, and it's going to be colored bright purple, and it's going to have a giant bullseye on it. And it's only for the most badass motherfuckers out there. Listen, if you're going to go out there and you're going to fight a civil war, you need to lead with your balls, man. Those motherfuckers need to clank. So that hat's going to be a bright purple with a big fucking bullseye on it. And it just says, "Come at me, bro." I'm ready for your shit. From Minute World, One Piece is better than DBZ when it comes to normie anime. Fight me. Well, I'd have to watch One Piece to really even get into that. I've seen a little bit of it, but that's why I dropped it. Like I said, it's not that I'm saying Bleach and One Piece and Naruto are shit. They just don't appeal to me. Somebody had recommended Attack on Titan, and at personal preference, it wasn't my thing. From Makabus, "Kiss Kiss, Fall in Love." Hey now, somebody knows about Orin High School Host Club. From Mr. Arabaris, "As a huge fan of One Piece, no one would blame you for dropping the anime. It's pretty fucking intolerable at times." Andy M, "No, you're okay to say fuck to those 3 animes." From Legato Madi, "Anime, what about the weather? Ever built a Gundam kit?" I have not built a Gundam kit. When I was a young child, I tried to build models. They weren't they weren't anime toys and shit and Gundams and stuff like that. They were I don't know if I want to even get into this. They were sailboats and other things like that. And all I did was get high off glue and get sticky. And I decided, you know what? This isn't for me. From Insanidin, Nadomi no Yusha is a story worth reading. Trust me, humans are horrible regardless of what world they come from, and they fucking deserve it. Pedro A, "Jim, a good anime that you should watch is Boku no Pico." Oh boy, yeah, I'll jump on that one. I've never heard of that before. Benjamin Myers, Esclaflone. Jesus, it's much greater than Gundam. I've seen that one. I've also seen, what was the fucking one that was on Cartoon Network? It was kind of like almost a noir mech thing. He had like a robotic girl with him. It was like a steampunk aesthetic to it. That's going to bother me now. Wario Warg, "Hey, you should check out Bastard. It's a Korean manga about a boy whose dad is a serial killer, and he's forced to help cover up the crimes." Now that sounds good. I will check that out. From Dova Kane, "The new Xbox is just a small prototype model for a future Microsoft Lifebox that we will all be assigned to." My unpopular YouTube channel. Check out Planets from the same guy as Vinland. I will put it on the list. From Austin M, "Adult Swim has Cowboy Bebop is back on their site for free. Gives me that for free. Squidbillies, best anime. Virginia rise up, the South will rise again." From Karis8894. Oh, everybody's saying Big O. Thank you, chat. That is what I was looking for. Because we're all tomatoes in the end. But yeah, Big O is the one I was thinking of. From Karis8894. "What's up, Jimbo? If you enjoyed the anime of Goblin Slayer, did you also read the manga?" No, I haven't, but I probably will. It's absolutely fantastic when it adds a bunch the anime leaves out. Also try reading Change 123 for a more obscure recommendation. Internet tab, check out anime manga The Devil is a Part-Timer. I've seen that. From Not to Zeech. "It is okay to have shit taste in entertainment, Jimmy boy. You think Grimgar is a 10 out of 10 when it's pretentious bed shitting. Well, we will have to fight to the death over that. But, hey, personal preference. I really enjoyed it. If you want to say it's shit, I can take it. I can take the heat. I can handle it. My anime taste, my manga taste could be dog shit. I'm totally okay with it. You like what you like. I think half the fun of talking about it is just seeing how infuriating other people's opinions are, rather than if you agree or not. Peach Bomb, "Use Analyst, you caveman. Mal is outdated and dead." Well, I'll take a look at Analyst too. From Anderson Paladin, "I'm so fucked up." Henry Alcazar, "Jim, you can read the comic they made about AOC. Not going to happen. Cold shoulder. I've been reading the light novel of So I'm a Spider Now, So What? It's so good. Even the secondary arc I find interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed the manga, so I'm looking forward to more of it. Tell Daddy How Big You Are. If you're taking recommendations for manga, you should read Dinner, a restaurant run by a former assassin gangster, very gritty and dark, and you'll love it. Yeah, like I said, I like suggestions. I really read a lot of shit, and if you've got good show suggestions, send them my way. Spider Cat, what the actual fuck, Jim? I got a notification 50 minutes into your stream. Susan, best not steal this too. From Ravenend, Jimmy Boy, tell my brother Stefan he's a homogay. Well, you heard him, Stefan. It's from your brother. From Anon Moose, you liked Psycho manga, try reading Frankenfran. Solid crowd. If you like cooking manga, check out Dungeon Meshi. Okay, I'll take a look. From Deep Fried Lettuce, Redo of Healer is getting animated, I think. B&R. That might actually be good. I might check that out. From Dylan, liking Psychopath media for 14. Liking Psychopath media is for 14-year-old girls. Well, hopefully I can use some of the super chat money to buy a pretty dress so I fit the stereotype. From Beardolin, hey Jim, since you like Yu Yu Hakusho, I recommend Hunter x Hunter. Same author, similar style. As for manga, Dungeon Meshi is great. Eat the bugs, you bigot. You know, I know Hunter x Hunter is out there. I've never had a chance to get into it, so I might give it a shot. Maybe I'll watch some tonight. Or read some tonight. I don't know. From Joey Jojo. Have you ever watched Ultraman? Yes, I have. It's gotten popular in America, and most of the newer series has official subs. I recommend Tiga, Orb, and Ginja. From Joshua Fisher. Jim, did you ever finish The Wheel of Time? I don't know if I did or not. From Gerbil Ninja of Death. Howdy, Captain. If you haven't, check out Devilman. Well, Devilman's a classic. I mean, I think that's one that most people are familiar with. It's like saying JoJo or Berserk. From Celark, Readout by Mizuta Mikado. It's a Japanese delinquent manga based on... Oh, no, I've read this one. You actually posted that before. Wait, is this repeating now? It might be. From Karis, have you ever read or watched The Promised Neverland? It's about children... Okay, listen. Spoiler alerts for anybody that's still fucking watching at this point. Okay, look, I watched the fucking couple of episodes, and then I started reading the manga. And once it gets to the point of, but the monsters, they eat people, and it's no different than us eating pork. We should be friends. Can't we hug each other? And can't the demons be our friends? They're not bad people. The monsters are the good people. And maybe the humans are the bad. Fuck it. That's when I stopped giving a shit. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Where I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. They're raising kids as cattle to fucking slaughter and eat them. And then some dumb bitch goes in the wood, makes friends with two people that probably would eat her if they got the chance. And so, but we need to be friends with the monsters. Now I need to wait for chat to catch up to see if I'm right about this or not. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. I'm seeing yeses, so spot on. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, no, that's when I dropped it. I'm sorry. Not to say it's not bad, and I said spoilers, so I hope I didn't ruin it for anybody. But it just kind of, it was like, eh. From Blood Mark Mentor, Dead Tube, good. From Stelezi, GTO, great teacher Onizuka. Check it out. Smooth Jazz, read How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. It subverts the Isekai hero trope and has the guy replacing the king and getting involved in the politics of running a country. Now that's something I'd be interested in. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. From Protoman, Kenga Ashura for a Real Man's Anime. It's Blood Sports meets Husbandos. Check it out as well. Pete, here's a couple bucks for quality weather reports. Any chance of a white Christmas? I think it's going to be snowing pretty heavy out there. From Shinji Saba, remember to check out I Am a Hero, the zombie mangas, and Beastars, the Zootopia manga. Both have really good drama and world building. Now, people keep bringing up Beastars, and I heard it's got, what is it on, like the third arc right now? Fourth arc? I heard it's pretty good. So with the amount of people bringing that up in Vinland Saga, those are two that I probably can't ignore. From the Cockmaster, watch Graysy's Wing if you haven't already. Okay. I'm Old Greg. This idiot doesn't even read Junji Ito. Dude, I've read all of it. Are you talking about the horror mangas and shit? What's the one about the planet? That's the one I like the most, and I think that's probably the one a lot of people are most familiar with. There are two that stick out to me. The one where they see the star in the sky that's named after his daughter and all the fucked up shit. We're gonna go fly to the planet and live there safe, and they all get mutated, and it's all horrible and shit, and they end up in a bunker in space. And then there's the other one, the really weird one, where they find this like stone wall, and it's nothing but holes, but all the holes correspond to the shapes of people, and they're drawn to it like moths to a flame, and they just get all fucked up getting squeezed into this hole. In fact, the reason that one sticks with me the most is there's a Japanese short horror movie, and I can't remember the name of it. It's about 20 or 30 minutes long, and it's about a Japanese dude who suddenly awakens, and he's basically in hell, and his hell is fucking awful. He's stuck in a narrow corridor. It's a tiny little hallway, and at first he can walk and his shoulders have enough room, but then soon he has to turn to his side to make it through. And then there are railings and spikes that come out, so he has to open his mouth so the railing can go in, so he has room to keep moving. And all you hear is teeth getting filed down as he does it. And it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And more painful, more fucked up shit's happening. And like at the very end, he finds a trap door and he's able to break out of the trap door, and he finds himself back in his body, and it looks like basically it was a murder-suicide. And he clawed his way out of hell to save his wife because he didn't want her to go through what he just experienced. But it was a really fucking good Japanese short horror movie. Not animated, like a real movie, a real short. God, I wish I could remember the name of that. I'm looking at chat, hoping somebody knows what the name of it is, but I don't think anybody's pulling it up. I don't remember the movie. It's a short story. It's a short film. It's like 20 minutes, and it's an indie thing, and it's really fucking brutal, and it's really dark. Okay, well, maybe somebody will come across it, but I went off on a tangent. Your thoughts on Demon Slayer? Have you seen it? Yes, I have seen it. Double check here to make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Yeah, yep. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I've enjoyed it. From Cynic 8, Host Club, a man of culture. Yes, absolutely. Richard Rowland, Merry Christmas, Jim. Reed Gantz and Dory Hetero. Probably pronounced that wrong. I've seen Gantz. I haven't read it, but I've seen it. Not Zeech. Go read Girl Saurus and Girl Saurus DX. It's the cringiest thing I've ever read to date, and made me stop reading manga for like 7 months. Well, you've caught my interest. From Nat M. Portant, now that you're a public weeb, I will recommend Yakuza Reincarnation. An old Yakuza gets reincarnated as a princess with no power and fixes her broken town things by beating the shit out of everyone. I'm looking. You know what? I'm sure somebody in chat will come up with the name of the movie I'm talking about. I will try to find it if I can, and if I do a future stream, I will put it up. I'm sorry I can't think of the name of it, but it was a really freaky little short story, little horror vignette indie film, and it was just, it was awful. It was an awful version of what hell would be, and it was really well done. It was really well done. Laughing Man D8D, you should go Full Metal Panic Sigma, a read. From Macro Molecule Gaming, Jimbo, I'm high off my ass. So what's the funniest thing you've ever seen on the internet? Merry Christmas. I'll tell you the funniest thing I've seen, but it's going to make me sound like a psychopath. I've told this story before, but all right, whatever. Give me a second here. Let me light up. Okay. The funniest thing I've ever seen was an attempted suicide video. Now, I know that sounds fucking heartless, But you have to remember, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, there were about 5 or 6, maybe 7 websites that dealt with shit that you couldn't find anywhere else. There were no restrictions. And there was a suicide video of a dude. And he is the most unlucky man that has ever fucking lived on planet Earth. Now, he's at the top of this building. It's an apartment building. It must be 9 or 10 stories tall. And the police are there, and the press are there, and the neighbors have gathered around. And everybody's telling him, don't do it, don't jump, you've got things to live for. They're trying to talk him down, trying to get him to back down. And he decides, fuck it. And he jumps. Now, normally if you jump from 8, 9, 10 stories up and you hit the pavement, you're dead. I mean, even if you survive for a few minutes, the damage, you're going to die. That is unless something slows you down. Well, it just so happened that the section of this apartment building that he jumped from had balconies on every floor. So when he went to do his header off the top of the building, his body started to cartwheel. And as his body started to cartwheel, his limbs flayed out. So imagine a man, it looks like he's doing a somersault in the air. His arms and legs are extended at full length. And he started hitting every balcony. Hits the first balcony and breaks his arm. Slams into the next balcony and shatters his shoulder. Hits the next balcony and there goes a leg. One after the other, after the other, after the other. And it killed the momentum of his jump. It slowed him down enough. He kept hitting all the balconies on his way down. So by the time he hit the pavement, it wasn't enough force to kill him. But now he really did have a reason to want to die, because he was crippled beyond belief. All his bones were broken. His arms were shattered. His legs were fucked up, and he was groaning. And that was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It's just, I know it sounds cruel, but you had to see it to really appreciate it, of just how bad of luck you have to have something like that happen to you. Just to have that much misfortune. To hit every balcony. Every fucking balcony. And there's like silence in the crowd. You know, usually how people like gasp and scream. But like after the 4th balcony, everybody just kind of went silent. Like they couldn't believe it was like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon. They just got silent. They're watching this happen, not believing it's a real thing. Not believing somebody could have that kind of bad luck. Okay, well, there you go. Joshua Day Jesus. Hey, Jim, thanks for that. Now I need you to SMD. Thanks. Fagoth I actually like Shinji, and I really enjoy EVA as a whole, but I also totally get why people hate both. From Delta 3 Actual. Pete Buttplug looks related to Greta Thunberg. Why? That's a question for the ages. From Minute World, ever watched Kamen Rider? A little bit. From Drawny, hey Jim, haven't you read Berserk? I have not read a bunch of Berserk. I have read some Berserk. And like I said earlier about I can't even remember the name, the Source of Evil or the Heart of Evil, whatever it was, it just kind of ruined it for me. From Zach Funk, the programmer on the Microsoft program, said that the Santa hat was as bad as a swastika. Yeah, it's about what they, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. From Shinchan256B, so vampires have to suck off high T men to get their little peepees hard. Sounds pretty gay to me. And I bet if you wrote a book about it, it would be as big as 50 Shades of Grey, and every single woman in the country, every housewife would buy it because that would be the next big fucking thing. They're not, the vampires aren't gay, but they have to do it. Women love shit like that. Good for you, 3000. I suggest Resentiment. It's right up your alley. From Juan Big Wiener. Me whenever I see someone with Berg, Stein, Rothschild, or Jamal in their name. Gold 818. I see you have been watching Scrubs channel. Lately he loves to talk about Karens. Actually, there's a subreddit dedicated to shitting on Karens, which is probably what he saw himself too. It's literally called R Fuck Karen. Victor Phantasm, boss, there's a Karen in the furry fandom, Datosa Devil. Joey Jojo, Jim, you were talking about femcells. Aiden Paladin did a fantastic video on femcells. I'm sure she did. Or women who gave up their fertility. Honestly, sad to see. Well, first off, I like the phrase dead egg better because it's funnier. So, yeah, I'm sticking to it. You can't stop me. Tiger Genesis, Jimco can rent fish bait, vending machines, and Bezos. Foxman2248, so Corinne. No, Corinne has children. From Drew Thompson, dead eggers just sound like second wave feminists. Jean Lands, thank you. From Ivan Fazah, dead egger, Monica Real. Protoman, femcells, their cats are their kids. From John Smith, dead egger has porn vids, lol, Anne Marie Stratelli. Jean Lennis, I believe she was or is a cam girl too. Tiberian Fiend, they're post-wall women. The Cockmaster, step back, aim, aim, aim. From Kumbala 1, more suggestions, read Hentai Cayman, not hentai. You can't tell me it's called Hentai Cayman and then tell me it's not hentai. So it's a pervert hero. I mean, maybe it's tongue-in-cheek, or maybe they're using their tongue to lick some cheeks. I don't know. From Maddox 1000, hey, can you do me a favor and call my friend Magic a femcell? Thanks and have a good stream. Magic, I guess you're a femcell. Victor Phantasm, boss, the furry fandom is full of dead eggs. Fandom is 90% gay men. According to furry polls, Dio Task Devil is a classic. Dances with Metroids, I've never seen such a bitter midlife crisis play out in a fast food restaurant. I know, it's fucking great, isn't it? From Lurik L, if that was me, I'd start making out while she read. Just rub it in. From Stratos Radio Blues, how far down the path is Dead Egger when compared to self-partners? Thank you, Jim, for taking paths less traveled. From Salamano Liato, thanks for doing the Lord's work, Jim. You are welcome. From Alex Better Eggcell. From Drew Thompson, Dead Nesters. I mean, there are many fantastic labels we could go with. The Draconian Bard, what's your opinion on women who don't want kids because they know they aren't capable of being proper mothers or just don't want the responsibility? Well, I mean, if you really think that you're just not going to be a good mother, then yeah, you probably shouldn't have kids. It's not so much that they're not... Okay, again, it's not so much you have some condition where you can't have kids. And it's not so much the idea that you've made the decision you don't want kids. It's once it's not a choice anymore. Once you physically can't have kids, and then are full of a bitter, fucking seething hatred because you no longer have the choice and you chose wrong. That's when you're a dead egger. From Celeric, the nuclear family will rise again. And from S-Pig Fricker, Sag Pig Fucker says, dead eggs, daddy please do it. Left CA for Colorado because of them. And I think we are almost caught up. Sorry, there was a bit to get through. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody here. 1 second, chat, and then we will finish up for the evening. A lot of recommendations. You can also tweet these, by the way. You don't have to do super chats. You can tweet them at my good friend Mr. Anti-Bully if you have a suggestion for an anime or manga. Or you can go on my anime list on the profile for Mr. Metokur if you've got a good idea, and leave a comment, and I can take a look at it as well. From Huavin, Jim, that fat woman was a cam girl. From Mike Testa, do you know who Aiden Paladin is? Yes, I do. From Autism Forums, great content, Mr. Groomer. You are too honest and humble, and I don't even deserve super chatting you, Your Highness. Wow. I don't know about that. From Useless Comment, Andrew, I'm leaving you for a black man. Apparently Andrew's going to have a very bad night tonight. From YesMan2044, ever seen Gintama? I don't know if I have, actually. Jim, you missed a key point in the Virginia situation. VA Senate Bill 64 goes after the First Amendment and restricts people's right to assemble. Well, see, then it's even worse. It's even worse if it's not just going after the second, but if it's also going after the first. And I'm really surprised to see the amount of sheriffs and citizens and counties that aren't putting up with it. I don't think they expected that amount of pushback. From Algo Moo 2, can't you see the sky and the light? The tubes are great. From Haphazard, I saw furry without hands at MFF wearing hooks. Holy shit, was it the dude that iced his hands? I can't remember his name now. That has to be him, right? Haphazard? It has to be the dude that... What was his bullshit excuse? Oh, my hands hurt, so I put them in dry ice for 6 hours and they fell off? That's gotta be him. From Saturn Tubes, I'm all the Jedi is. Okay, I am all the Jedi is a zinger at the end. Oh no, I've heard that. I've seen the leaks. I just choose not to talk about them because I don't want to be a dick and ruin it for people that really want to go watch the movie. But I guess that's not ruining much. I am all the Sith. I am all the Jedi. Really top fucking writing. Anonymous Weeb, Jim, I made a Greta Grub a website poorly. YouTube won't let me link the URL, but just add .com to the name. I'll make it better, Teddy Jimbo. I tried. Greta Grub is the future. Thank you. From Kenneth Coma, you should read JoJo Part 7 Steel Ball Run. It's about a cripple killing the president because the corpse of Mormon Jesus told him to. Well, I've got to read that. From Damon Darwin, thanks for the Chaos Gods, or thank the Chaos Gods. You stream late. Works with my work schedule. From Selleck, read Emergency by Shindal. From Snubbirth 13, you hear about the Scooby 331 drama. No, I have not. I don't think I have. I do know a YouTuber, Scooby. Are you talking about the weightlifter guy? Because there's a weightlifter. I can't remember the full name, though, but it's Scooby something. Is that? If it's him, no, I haven't heard. Your Gorgeous Baby. The elites have always been the enemies of the American people. And the Dream of the Republic. Day of the Bonk. Soon. String a politician from every light pole. From Camille Taggart. Yes, the Ishii Company. Is there any way we could cover Yurei as well? Sarek, read Yamakin Ushijima-kun. It's about a loan shark dealing with a Yakuza and degenerates. From Gibbs, hey Jim, did you ever watch Paranoia Agent? It's one of my favorite animus. Thanks for your videos. Woo! I'm not sure if I have. It sounds familiar, though. From Sarek again, read My Home Hero. It's about a father who kills his daughter's boyfriend, who happens to be part of the Yakuza. A lot of good crime stuff. I haven't gotten into crime stuff yet, so yeah, that's a genre I got to jump into, I think. Xkill Kenny X69, Jim, you need to watch Gantz. I have watched Gantz. From Lurik L, you broke my vase, now you are my slave. Groom me, Papa Joom. Well, that's how it works. If you break the vase, you gotta earn that money. From Celeric, read Bakun Ratou, a story about a boy who joins the Basazoku or motorcycle gang during the height of Japan's economy. So like the 80s? 80s, 90s? Yeah, I'll check that one out too. Maddox 1000. Hey, I know I paid you to insult someone already, but can you insult my friend Will? I'll leave the insult up to you. Will, your friend Maddox 1000 desperately wants to have gay sex with you. He's just too embarrassed to admit it. The next time he has a sleepover at his house and his fly is undone, that is an invitation. From Stanzik, for Dark Sheet, check out Elfin Lied, you weeaboo. Foregone Jim, you Iseki'd, what world would you get sent to? Oh, if I got Iseki'd? If Truck-kun granted my wish? I don't know. I want something like... okay, I like... What would I want? Fuck. I want magic and sorcery, yeah. I want like some big ass dungeon. That's one of the reasons. Like, so I'm a spider. So what? Is this massive underground cavern they're stuck in? I like that. Wasn't there another one, Alforentes or something like that? It got ridiculous at the end, but it was basically him surviving in a shitty dungeon and eating monsters and drinking mana and shit. Like, I like that. I want a challenge. I want a primitive living magic Iseki. You get me? You know, Primitive Living, that fucking YouTube channel? That's what I want. Stick me in the dungeon and let's see how far I get. Name, watch IMAP Edophile. From Misen95, read the Claymore manga, half demon chicks killing men, eating demons. Barb Rogers, balls roll, drop them, and your enemies will trip on them. From Ketsune9, Yokai, One Piece is essentially about finding true freedom and fighting a globalist world government covering up history. That is some red-pilled shit. Maybe I need to give One Piece a shot, I guess. From Selric, read Tamagotchi Game. It's about an evil anti-hero who is forced to join a gambling game to protect his friends from debt. You know, there was an anime I watched, or maybe it was a manga I read. How did it work? I think he dies, and he gets stuck in like this game scenario with other people, And it's basically who can survive, and you earn points when you survive. Like the first one, they get stuck. They face away from each other. They've got a buzzer, and they have to choose one of two doors. And if they choose the wrong one, a tiger gets sent out to eat the other person. And it's, do you trust the person? Are you going to work a strategy out? Are you going to try to kill them? There's like a game theory shit going on. I don't know if that's similar to what you're talking about. From Hunter King, Darker Than Black Season 1 is great. Mike Tessa review. Jim, review Ito mangas. They're better horror than American horror, because unlike John Carpenter, Ito still has ideas and talent. There are some really good ones, some really spooky shit out there. From MMAC1134, it's sad to see America slowly start to balkanize. Please everyone be safe for the holidays, and thanks Jimbo for all you do. Well, I do hope everybody has a happy holiday. Hopefully all the crazy shit can at least postpone itself to give everybody a nice end of December. That would be nice. One last nice end of the year before everything goes crazy. From Cream Kitten, hey Jim. A bunch of people in the chat, me included, recommend Trigun. I have seen that. Anime or manga, even the English dub is great. Yes, I'm serious. I've watched Trigun. Okay, I can't remember any of the characters' names from Trigun, but I thought it was sad when his little friend died. The priest guy, this is so long ago. What the fuck? This guy with like the big cross gun. If I'm remembering right, I don't know. The problem is a lot of it blends together. That's why it's going to take me a while to really hammer out this list. From Stardust Ray, Berserk is so bad the author started another manga before he finished Berserk. Peter Pete, Hellsing is a best anime. Hellsing is good. For posterity, watch Silicon Valley. Great show. From Mike Judge. From Fook Oof, sup, how's the weather down there? It's pissing rain up here in British Columbia, but it doesn't matter. I got Caltech KSG and a shit ton of shells. From Psych66, Jim, go to the bathroom now. It's only 1 minute. Tom Hathaway, Jim, what have you bought Jade for Christmas? Struggling to think of a gift for Miss. Love the streams, by the way. Well, okay. I have bought her some things, but she's a dork, so the things I bought her probably wouldn't apply to other people. Our taste in entertainment is different, but she does like certain things. Dragon Quest Builders 2, she really liked. I got her that. She wanted a certain season of Digimon for whatever fucking reason. I got her that. Some jewelry. It's basic shit. It's really taste dependent. They should be dropping hints for what they want. Fagather, I'd recommend Mato Hagio. One of her most famous short stories is Hanshin Half God, a story about conjoined twins, one of whom is retarded but pretty, and the other who is intelligent but hideous. Lurgel, what anime or manga made you cry like a Susan? I don't think one has yet. I mean, Trigun I thought was sad, but it did make me cry. I'm trying to think of something that really fucked me up, but I haven't reached it yet. I'm sure I'll find one. And when I do, I'll tell you about it, and you can all laugh at me. I'm comfortable with that. You can shit on me. Oh, look at this guy. He cried over an Animu, little Chinese girl cartoons. What a fucking pussy. But I'm fine with it. Massive Damage Gaming. Jim, will you keep your video up so I can mirror it? No, usually once the stream's over, I just delete them. It's part of why they're secret streams. Let Me Die. Are you going to check out the Uzumaki anime on Adult Swim? Probably not. From Selzrick. For politics, read Rasputin the Patriot, a legal thriller with a dash of geopolitics about a diplomat who gets caught up in political purge. Sounds pretty good. From Problematic Monica, can you ask your friend to post these recommendations on Twitter, please? I will try to go through the list and compile it and put it up. I've still got some from yesterday as well. And I will update my anime list with all the stuff that I start to read and watch in the coming weeks. From Blue Satoshi, let me see if I can say this right. Tori Kisa might be good. If you want something comfy, it's about a salaryman coming across two bird sisters and helping them start and run a cafe. I like the little slice of life stuff. I mean, I like fucked up psychopathic violent stuff and isekis, and I like horror and all of that, but slice of life stuff is great. The Cockmaster, thoughts on Moe, garbage genre or peak culture? Oh, I'm not going to get involved in that. If you thought my hot take on Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach was something, I'll start a fucking riot if I get into this discussion. From Dave, watch, read, Level E. It's only 13 chapters. I'll take a look. Shinchan256B. If you like dark short films, watch Ashes to Ashes. It's a French Batman vs. Joker film that involves baby killing, rape, and murder. Very killing joke. It sounds pretty good, actually. Ex-legendary hero, Yakuza Reincarnation, is an old man reborn as a princess. Breaking bones of drug-up slumlords, ruling slums with demonized coke. Doom theme. Okay. I think I might be reading this tonight. Hold on. Let me just... It's just so stupid. I love it. Okay, thank you for the recommendation. That's what I'm reading directly after stream. An old man reborn as a little princess beating the shit out of slumlords sounds like some fucking entertainment. Yakuza Reincarnation. Great. I remember Grimgar. I wound up hating it not because it was bad, but because it was so close to being amazing. Just needed some slight alterations. Mostly needed fat trimming. Loved the slow burning story. And I can respect that. Again, different preferences for different people. I like a real slow burn. I like it when it's a build-up. I like when they deal with the minutia of where they are. How do we feed ourselves? How do we pay for shit? How do we interact with the locals? It's always, a lot of these stories always focus on the big shit. Defeat the big bad evil. Save the fucking kingdom. Understand why I got reincarnated or transferred to another world. Understand how to go back. What love interest am I going to be with? I'm not interested in that. I want the small details. The basic day-to-day life shit. Like how's that little spider going to feed itself in the tunnel? How are the people in Grimgar, how are they going to pay for the rent? I know it sounds stupid, but that entertains me for some reason. From Tuesday Money, Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year to you as well. From MMac1134, what's your favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a stream where we talk about Cowboy Bebop. We can talk about Cowboy Bebop. I could call it... I'll do a stream sometime about my introduction to anime. And we could talk about Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. What was the Outlaw Star was another one that I watched early on. Tenchi Muyo. There were a couple. And we talk about those and go into detail about episodes and plots and characters and how it held up after a certain amount of time. All right. I apologize for there being a lot of super chats, guys, but like I said, I want to try to make sure I get everybody. I appreciate it. Let me catch up here. I'm getting caught up finally. From the Cockmaster, last rec, read Molester Man based on a Duchan pasta. Okay. I will, you know what? I'll pop that one up too. I got to admit though, the first one I'm reading is the one that guy recommended, Yakuza Reincarnation. It could be crap. It might be shit. But the way just that little blurb caught my interest to the point that I want to read it now. From Marga Troids, please watch Cross Anji. It's the greatest ride ever. Hayes 2005 from Saints Works. From Harris Saris, take my wagey bucks. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. We are the remnants of the white apocalypse. Culture is aimed at whites only. From Mike Testa, since you know Aiden Paladin, what do you think of her? What do I think? I don't think of her. I haven't watched Aiden Paladin videos, and I haven't interacted with Aiden Paladin in 2 years? A year? During the height of the Bloodsport stuff, kind of people mingled in. This is around Kraut time. But it was kind of just a passing encounter. I mostly interacted with her on... Oh my god, what was I can't remember his name now. I feel terrible. He was a nice guy, too. It was some Brit... I think he was Brit. Some British guy's channel. And that's kind of where I ran into her. From Snubber13, Scooby331 is a Spurg who wanted in on the skeptic community and deals with white nationalist furries and buys gallon drums of lube with his wife's Amazon account. Okay, well that is a different Scooby than the weightlifter I was thinking of. From Joseph Jagoth, did you see Konosuba Best Iseki? You know what, let me just, the name's not ringing a bell, let me pull it up. Oh, this one, no. This is the one, I have not actually seen this, but everybody references it, so it's probably one that I've got to put on the list. From Chem Trail Mix, you might enjoy Tower of Daruga and Aegis of Uruk. Check them out. From Salric, it's Alice in Borderland. From Fusilization, Jim, you need to watch Konosuba. All right, that's the second recommendation. I'll tell you what. I'm going to read Yakuza's Reincarnation, and then I will check out Molester Man, and then I'll start watching some Konosuba, and I probably pronounced it wrong. From Powman68, just remember about the manga Homeless Tensei. That, I think I've read that. Tell Daddy how big you are. Dungeon Seeker, you're challenging Dark Revenge Isekai manga. Also, I know I said dinner already, but seriously, read it like now, like right now. From Meximan and Cheese, I want to see the Cartwheel Suicide. Never found it. Yeah, that was a problem. I think it was up on YNC for a while, and then Ogreish, and there were like two other sites, but I can't even remember the names at this point. It's a very old video. I remember watching it around the time. I'll try to date it for you. There's another video out there. This one wasn't funny, but it was about a little boy that got stuck on a Ferris wheel, and they're like, I think it's in Czechoslovakia or something. There are two teenagers filming this, and he's hanging on. He's barely hanging on to it, and he's crying. And people translated what he's saying. It's "Mommy, mommy, please help me," and then his grip gives out, and he falls and dies. And the only thing I remember about that video is the two teenagers laughing about it. But the Cartwheel Suicide video was roughly around the time that video first started showing up online. So that should give you a time period to start your search. From Edelweo1234, hey Jim, the film you talked about is Haze. Oh, that's what everybody's talking about. All right, let me see if I can pull this up, chat. All right, I'm glad people know what I'm talking about. 2005. Oh, do you guys want to see it? I don't know. I know I've gone on for a while. There's been a lot of super chats. I'm sorry, chat. Do you guys want to see a little bit of Haze? It's 49 minutes. I can't put the whole video up, but would you like to see a little bit of it to see what I'm talking about? I can put up a trailer of Haze. Let me get this going here. I just want to make sure it includes. No, that can't be right. Hold on one sec. Let me make sure. Okay. I don't even know. Is this going to be? Oh, this is so dark. Yeah, here's the problem. The only trailers that are up are like pitch black, so you can't really see. You can't really see what I'm describing here. Let me see if I can find. I'm sorry, Chad. Here's what I'll do. The next time we do a secret stream, I will track down a copy, and we will illegally watch it, and hopefully terrible things don't happen. Now, I'll find some good clips from it to show you what I'm talking about. But yes, Haze 2005, I believe that's the right one. Nice and spooky. If you can find a copy, if you want to watch it yourself, check it out. I'd put the trailer up, but it's pitch black. All you see are his eyes and him going, oh! So there's not a lot to it. I'm sorry. Oh, terrible. All right. From your average Joe, which Digimon season did you get for her? I think it was like season 3? I don't know. It's sitting out on a shelf, so I'd have to go look. College Reactionary, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, great isekai and light novel. And finally, from Yuvan, watch Ano Hana. It made me cry back in 2011. I think we are finally caught up. No, we are not. Almost there. Walrus Aurelius, One Piece is the best shonen. Very few moments that feel like ass pulls. Fights have weight. Whole cast is relatable. Only 500 episodes in English. Only 500. If you got 250 hours, you're good to go. Well, maybe not 200 hours. From Joshi, Yoju Senki, psychotic celery man gets reincarnated as a little girl during magic. Oh yeah, I know this one. At least isn't there an anime on this? Right, where she's a fucking lunatic and flies around just destroying shit. Really hates commies. Full swing. Grimgar's only flaw is it's too short. Yeah, I would have liked more. Your buddy Brady. There's a manga about a regular guy from our world turning into Yamcha from Dragon Ball. Oh, he lost out, didn't he? From Entity Steel. Check out Ascendance of a Bookworm. Yeah, that one I really like. But old weeb. Hey, Jim. My buddy told me about your Mal. I've seen over 700 anime to completion. My account is Landamine. Or Landonine. I'm losing my ability to think straight now. I should say, bro, your taste is shit. Well, fight me on it. And then James O'Shaughnessy. Read A Record of Ragnarok. It's about gods versus humans. I think we're good. Name just another one to drag on the show. And your average Joe. She is a keeper, Jim. Thank you all for coming out. Like I said, the next video, the Dead Egger ones, hopefully in a day or two. I'll have the first manga thing up on YouTube in probably a week. I've got to do some work and figure out how I'm going to work that format. I'm not 100% certain yet. I've got a stream eventually that I will get rescheduled with David Stay, and we'll do that on the aliens. I hope that you all have a good holiday. I am, honest to God, planning on doing a Lonely Fucks Christmas stream. So if you are a lonely fuck that has no friends or family, and you want to eat that TV dinner and not cry yourself in your whiskey, feel free to tune in. I have a nice little fireplace video playing, have some Christmas music in the background, and we can all chat. The chat can all interact as we eat our Hungry Man meals together and fight off one more year of depression. I hope you all have a good night. I hope you all have a good day. Be careful out there. The roads are shit. Don't want to deal with all the ice and the snow and all that shit. Let me pull up my song here to end us out. I'm sorry, there are 3 more here. Meximan and Cheese, please do Strange Thing about Johnson Stream. Internet tab, Slice of Life, Your Life in April, Prepare Your Tear Ducts. And finally, Name. Here's another one, Just Because. Well, thank you very much. Let us end it on Weatherman. If I can pull this up here. And then I'm going to go read Yakuza Reincarnation, because that has me fucking fascinated with the idea of what that's going to be like. Where is it here? Here we go. All right, chat. Have yourself a great day.
Shatter my soul and I break the ice. Though the water's deep, I'm gonna toe the line. Living on the edge. Yeah, I make these dark skies blue. I make these mountains move. Let the rain come down and I'm pushing through. Yeah, 'cause I'm the weatherman. My thunder strike right out the storm. I'm the weatherman. Shake up the world, I'm the weatherman. Oh, yeah. I'm the weatherman. I'm the weatherman. Sting of the arrow from Babylon. The weight of the world that I carried on. Living on the edge.
Milky, milky, warm and tasty. Mommy, milky, please be hasty. Refreshing drink from Mommy's udders. I want Mommy's and no others. Give it, give it, give it now.